have actual notes this time, so maybe it won't go so far off the rails.
It'll be like a loose outline.
A loose outline.
We'll see where it goes.
It'll be a little loosey.
A little loosey-goosey.
Welcome to From Center Ice, the podcast. My name is Courtney.
I'm Jacqueline.
And this is episode 2 of season 4.
Correct.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If you didn't listen to episode 1,
You should.
It was a time. it was a great intro. If you're new to From Center Ice, it was truly the best intro to us that you could have.
Correct.
Because it only really goes up from there.
True.
And that's not saying it was a bad episode, because
it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
Very hilarious, and I was laughing to myself quite a lot when I watched it back
I can imagine.
Edit the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But as a hockey podcast,
Yes.
there wasn't much of that.
Not a whole lot. It was the first night of the draft, right?
It was, yes.
Okay,
it was
so I mean,
round 1.
we went over that.
Sort of.
Kind of.
I mean,
I took notes on my phone and
you
we
did.
went over it.
You did a wonderful job laying that out. I just
appreciate it.
I think just once we saw the tongue on the TV, it threw everything off.
Yeah, that started a whole
Yeah.
other something.
Yes, and I do have some updates for some of the topics that we talked about.
Okay, cool.
But I was going to say something else. Oh, it was the tongue, but then also like that on top of the whole trading DeBrincat and trading Kirby Dach thing. I think that just sent us just whoosh.
We didn't really know what to do with all that information, so we just kind of...
It was just too much.
Flew off the rails.
Yeah, so we talked about like what happens to your tongues when you die, and
I forgot about that.
How dry your mouths would be, and the barbed contacts.
The barbed contacts,
which,
yeah.
That's one of the updates. They can also do glue. They can glue your eyelids.
Oh, they can glue your eyelids?
Yes.
They put a butt plug in, too.
They
and a
do.
vagina plug.
They do, so you don't leak.
Because you don't want to leak fluids.
So I guess if we're jumping into this bit, I will give you the other updates that I have.
Please do.
During the embalming process,
okay,
you kindly informed all of us that they cut out your vocal area as well as the tongue.
The whole thing.
Yeah, they just cut it out, but then they put it back. Mm-hmm. They put it back. Don't worry, they put it back. Mm-hmm. But for all of your internal organs and whatnot,
they bag them up, right?
They put them in a bag like you're a turkey that you eat for Thanksgiving. Like, you know, they put the gizzards in the bag.
Oh,
inside
not
of
the gizzards.
Yeah.
Not the gizzards. The gizzards are... the
giblets.
The giblets. That's how I ended up opening my phone to porn in front of my coworkers at dinner.
That's a
whole nother story.
They stuff you like a turkey,
right? By
putting the bag inside of you.
Yeah, and then they sew you up, right?
Yeah, but not always. So
not always.
Yeah, they don't always put the bag back inside of you. Sometimes.
What do they do?
And this is truly, truly horrifying. They just put it like at your feet in your casket.
Why? Why? What purpose does that serve?
So you still take them with you,
but why?
they just leave them in there.
Why? Why don't they just toss them back where they came from?
Well, you see, I don't know that part.
I need answers because by your feet.
Yeah, they just put it down there. So how this all came about, man, if you didn't watch or listen to episode 1, this is already way off the rails for you. And I said it wasn't going to be because I have notes, and I do have a lot of hockey notes, and we will get to that.
We will get to that.
But this is very important, and we must go over it first. So,
of course.
During the draft, Maverick Lamoureux, I believe was his name, was drafted by the Arizona Coyotes, and then they showed his parents on the TV, and they were happy. Their son got drafted. Happy. They went in to kiss each other, cute married couple, but she led with the tongue.
It was so much tongue.
We discussed how you should not lead with the tongue, and it took us down a very devolving road, which...
I don't know how we got where we got.
I don't either.
It was so much.
But we were talking about how if there are people who just connect tongues instead of kissing, like no lips, just tongues.
No lips allowed.
And I was
Tongue
absolutely
connectors.
horrified by the idea of this. And you said that I needed to try this out.
Well, yeah, you're the one with the partner.
Yes, but I am very much opposed to trying this because I'm horrified by the prospect of just connecting tongues.
I understand, but you only have to do it once.
I know,
to see.
but I don't want to. So I told her about it, and I showed her the clip, and I was like, this episode went... I don't know what happened.
Does she watch the pod?
I think she watches the clips that I post. I don't think she watches the full things.
Okay.
So I showed it to her, and I was telling her how absolutely horrified I was about this prospect, and how you said that we needed to try it because whatever. And I was like, I really don't want to do this. And she was like, I really don't want to do this. I was like, this is great. Fantastic. I'm glad we had this conversation. But she informed me that celebrities do this.
Celebrities touch tongues?
Celebrities do this. Kourtney Kardashian and... No. Kim?
I don't know. They all are the same Kardashian to me.
One of the Kardashian entity does this with her significant other in front of the cameras all the time. They're just touching tongues. So
no lips?
No lips. So I was like, what? I have never seen this. Because she's with Travis Barker, right?
Yes.
I believe
Kourtney.
Yes. I believe it is them. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
They do the tongue thing?
They do. And I had never seen this before, so she was like, yeah, you see it all the time in their pictures. I was like, no, I don't. No, I really don't.
I really do not.
So she pulled it up, and we were sitting on this couch, so I just had this conversation like twice back to back sitting on this couch. I was like, what is happening? This couch is cursed. But so she pulled it up, and she showed me. Sure enough, they are just touching tongues. And so she looked up why people do this, and apparently it's so celebrities don't mess up their makeup while they're at events. But
I suppose that makes sense.
No. My argument to this is that they make makeup purposefully to not transfer or run.
Long wearing, like no transfer, all that.
Yes.
That's very important in the makeup world.
These celebrities, especially the Kardashian entity, have enough money to buy the best lipstick to not run by kissing your significant other.
I have lipstick that I can use to kiss somebody and not come off.
You do not need to poke tongues. Yeah. And so there's just a bunch of pictures of them doing this.
I still want you to do it.
I'm not going to. We had this discussion. It's not happening.
I need it from a first person.
You can go find somebody who will connect tongues with you. And then you can report back.
Nobody wants to touch tongues with me.
I'm sure. If you put the out there. But don't do that. Because, bad idea. Again, not missed connections. Tongue connections. Anyway, so we had that conversation. And then since I told her about that, I told her about the whole dry mouth tongue thing. And how we had talked about the embalming and all of that. So then she was like, what else happens during the embalming process? Totally normal. So she looked that up, and that's when I figured out that they bag you up like a turkey gizzard.
I knew they bag you up.
And sometimes they put it by your feet.
What determines when it's a feet situation instead of a belly situation?
You know?
Because I feel... like, it should just always be a belly situation?
Perhaps, but, like, what if you, like, really get shot up and, like, you're, like, Swiss cheese going on in the belly region? They'd have to, like, plug too many holes. So maybe instead of buying, like, a bunch of, like, wine bottle corks to plug up the holes in your belly...
they can just, like, stitch it, right?
That's too much work. Just buy corks to plug it up. Plug up the hole. Or like, what do they sell for the boats you spray it on?
Flex Seal. Yeah.
Flex Seal.
Just Flex Seal there. Just there it is. It's gone. Clothing. It's under there. Yeah, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, but instead of doing that, maybe
they just throw it by the feet
and put it by the feet, and then they plug your anus and your vagina, so you don't have leak. One.
Yeah.
What did they do for penis wielders?
Do penises leak fluids after death? I mean, I know like the bladder releases. But, like, there's nothing else. Do they have, like, a sounding screw?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
I feel upset.
Oh, no. Again, not yucking anybody's yum. But the thought of that.
A screw? Going.
Why would it be a screw? A screw does not suck anything up like a plug would, like cotton. They plug you with cotton, like a big old tampon.
A tampon in the peen?
A sounding tampon.
I feel like it should be a screw so it stays where it is.
Just imagine them taking like a drill and like
right into the peen.
Sealed up.
There it is. No leakage.
It'd have to
be
like
no seepage.
Oh yeah. Ooh. It'd have to be like a screw with like cotton around it.
Oh, okay.
To soak it up.
So like like a tampon screw.
Ooh.
Like I'm already in pain over here. I don't want to.
Oh no. They'd have to like tape it down then.
Why? It's a screw. It'll stay where it's at.
Yeah, but like how long is the screw?
A couple inches.
I guess it depends on...
It depends on the size of the pain.
Fair. Oh, I don't like this.
No.
This was a development I did not foresee.
We have already gone off the rails.
We have. I just wanted to update you that I'm not going to try this experiment and then the bagged...
I just really want you to try it.
I don't want to.
I understand, but it's a sacrifice you need to make for the podcast.
I don't think it is.
It is. It will take you mere seconds.
I don't want to.
I know you don't. But the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
They're important.
I don't think it's going to happen.
God damn it.
So, if anybody else out there, we put this call out before. We didn't get anybody saying they'd do this whole tongue connection thing. But if you do. Let us know.
Please.
And like, how long
do you connect the tongues?
Because any amount of time seems unfortunate in my soul.
Okay, we've been over this so much. What else do you have?
What have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to?
Yeah.
Well, I went to my house and I picked some blackberries.
Okay.
Because it is blackberry season, and they are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I do? I got all bruised up.
You did?
From getting poked for some blood work.
See what happens when you get blood taken out of your arm?
It was for my kidneys, all right? It's not
dry up your veins.
I can't donate blood. They won't take it because my heart rate's always too high. But they're always begging me for it. And I'm like,
make it better.
I'm trying here. I don't know what you want from me. I want to give the blood. You won't take it, all right? I don't know what to tell you. What else have I been up to? Well, okay, so we had to put my dog down a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And for the other owner of the dog,
mm-hmm.
my other friend, his name is Jack, for his birthday, he doesn't watch this, so it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say, hopefully he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, no, he doesn't watch. Just don't make it a clip. I don't know. Anyway, I asked him what his favorite picture of her was, and I made a diamond painting out of it.
It looks very nice. You showed me a picture.
Yes, it's beautiful. And then I was like, the only place I can think of that like frames things is Michael's, right? So I go to Michael's, and they're like, we have a 70% off sale, and I'm like, sweet. And then it still ended up being $204.
Why didn't you just buy like a regular frame?
Well, because it was a weird size. It's like 40 by 60 centimeters or something like that. 50
I need
by
inches.
60. Not inches. Definitely not inches.
I don't know, centimeters.
That would be large
Yeah.
if it was 40 by 60 inches.
That would be very large.
That's so big. But yeah, anyway, it's like a 2-week process.
Mm-hmm.
And the other night I had a revelation.
It's always a bad time.
It's so bad. My father is a fucking woodworker. Like, we could have made a frame easily.
Mm-hmm. Just cut some wood. Put some glass in there.
Way less than $204.
Oh, yeah.
So much less than $204. So I'm mad at myself.
That's a lot of money.
Because that is
something.
Not only, yes, after 70% off. They said it was going to be like 500 something. And I'm like, why would anyone do that?
Why would it be so much?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I've never framed anything before, obviously. There were so many options of like different glasses that are like glare free and like clear and like won't smudge and shit like that. I don't, and then there's like padding, like cardboard padding that goes around the outside that you have to choose, and then you choose like the actual frame. There was just a lot of options, and I was panicking, and I had my 17-year-old brother there with me, and I was like, Eddie, help. Eddie, what do you like? I like this one. Is that okay? Is this one cool? Does that look good? And yeah, I paid it, and I left. And then, like I said a couple nights ago, I was like, fuck, I could have made this
for like
real cheap.
$50 at the
tops,
most.
yeah, tops. And $204 is a big chunk of what I get every month. So
that's a lot of money for something that's not really that big.
Yeah. So I'm real broke right now because of this gift.
That's like infuriatingly expensive.
It really is. It really is. Like, why? Why is it so much?
Because it's not like you're doing like a layout of something.
Absolutely not. The thing is already done. Yeah. Just put the thing on it. Just frame it up. Why does it take 2 weeks? Why does it cost so much? What is the secret behind the framing situation? Because
if anything, you could have bought like a normal frame there and then bought like cardboard to go around the outside to fill up the rest of the space in the frame. And then just cut it out with an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, she said I could do that and it would save me like $30.
No. No.
This lady was very nice, and I was panicking, and I don't know. I chose what I chose. I think it looks good, but $204, fuck that, bro. But I did it because I was panicking, and now I'm broke. So I hope he enjoys his birthday gift that is like a month late.
Don't drop it when you get it.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. That would be very, very bad. I would cry a lot. What else have I been up to? I went to therapy on Tuesday.
That's good.
Yeah. Kidney appointment was yesterday.
Where they stole your blood.
They stole my blood. They took my pee-pee.
At least they didn't bag up your organs.
That's very true. I'm glad they didn't do that because I wouldn't be here right now. But I have a psychiatrist appointment tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Get to talk about meds and stuff. That's important, for your ding-dong mental health.
It is very important.
Take care of yourself. It's okay not to be okay. All that shit. It's true. What else? Oh, okay. I'm crocheting a blanket for my father that I started last February, I think. There was a long time there where I was not motivated in any way, and I could not make myself pick it up. And then I went to treatment and wasn't allowed to work on it. So now I'm back. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get to work on this thing because it's kind of a commission and like I need to get it done. I need to get it to him. And I want to work on it. So I was like, there was one night, my mom went to bed early. I was like, hell yeah, I got a lot of free time. I'm going to work on this blanket and listen to some podcasts because that's what I used to do when I was productive. I would listen to podcasts and I would crochet. So I turn on a podcast and I get about 10 stitches into the blanket and my fucking hook breaks. This is Tunisian crochet. So it has like a cable on it. It's not just regular crochet. There was no way I was fixing that again. It was already broken. I had already fixed it. This was the second time it wasn't working.
How did it break?
It just snapped. Like the cord just cracked. And so it wasn't like it came off of the hook because I could have fixed that with some super glue or something.
Right.
But that was not the case. So again, I had to spend more money on some new hooks, and I seem to like it. I got it yesterday, I think.
Hopefully these ones hold up a bit better.
I hope so. It's a very thin cord, but they're Clover brand, so they should hold up, I hope, because they were very expensive.
Hopefully they do.
I really hope they do, and I'm excited to get to work on this blanket and finish it up. Even though tonight I realized that I was fucking up the pattern a little bit, but we got it figured out.
It's okay. At least you didn't get like 10 rows past.
Yeah, no, I was on the row.
Yeah. So then you just have to frog that one row.
Yeah, and I did, even though I didn't have to go all the way. But it was
fine. A whole ordeal.
It was, but we got it figured out, and there was a pee-pee situation with some yarn that I had to throw out because we were dog sitting a pug, and the pug peed on my yarn. So we threw that out, and
now you're back on track.
Now I'm back on track. I can get to work on this blanket.
There you go.
And I can get it finished. I am excited about it, actually. Like legitimately, I'm excited about it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you get to that part of the project or of a blanket or whatever you're working on. You're like, I can see the end in sight, kind of, and I'm excited to get there.
I'm more than halfway done. I can see what I'm doing. It looks good. Yeah. I'm excited about it. Let's get this shit done.
It's nice when it starts to work up and you can see what's happening.
It. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, what about you?
I've been watching a lot of true crime documentaries in the morning.
Always.
That's like how I wake up in the morning.
Like YouTube or like Netflix?
No, Netflix. Okay. I'm trying to like get through my queue.
Okay.
So, or my list. Is that what it's called now? It used to be a queue. Time out.
I have been watching Evil with my mom.
Evil.
And I cannot recommend it enough. It is so fucking good.
It's on Netflix?
It's on Hulu. I think you might have to have not HBO. Showtime? Maybe? Or something. I don't know. Either way, it's really fucking good. I get mad every week because it's one of the shows where you're like caught up and you have to wait for the next. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I haven't dealt with that in I don't know how long.
That's the worst.
Yeah, we got to like episode 4 and we were like, where's the rest? And then I looked it up and I was like, we're caught up. And she was like, what? And I was like, we have to wait for next week. And she's like, that's still a thing? And I was like, I guess.
I feel like shows started going back to that. Like I
hate it.
There was
that's why I don't have cable.
Yeah. There was a period of time where they would just like bulk upload like all 13 episodes and then you could binge it all.
Absolutely.
And then there was a shift where they're like, okay, we're going to go back to releasing like 2 at a time and then like 1 a week after that.
I hate it.
I don't like it either.
I hate it so much.
But I don't watch new shows. So
anyway, Evil. Really good. Watch it.
There you go.
Hulu.
Possibly on Hulu. Maybe you need another extension.
Amazon. I think it's on Prime.
Well, that's totally different.
Check. I don't know. Fucking Google it. It's good. It's good. It's really good.
It's a TV show.
It is a TV show.
Evil TV show.
Yes. I think they're on season 3 right now.
There you go. That should give you enough information.
It's
on one of the streaming
platforms. You may need a subscription. I don't know.
If you need a bonus thing, I'm pretty sure it's Prime.
Yeah.
For those, you need to buy like the Showtimes and the HBOs and all that. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Prime.
Gotcha.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Continue.
So I've been watching a lot of true crime documentaries, trying to clean out my list, which is what I try to do in the off season, since during hockey season it's hard to do that. You don't have as much time to watch things.
Absolutely.
So I usually have like my coffee in the morning, play some Animal Crossing, which is super wholesome to like counteract the horrible murder taking place on my TV. Life is all about balance, guys. Need to have like my wholesome little animal villagers running around just like watering flowers while watching gruesome murders on the TV.
Absolutely, balance.
Yeah, so I've been doing that. I started Inside the Mind of a Criminal or something like that.
Sounds familiar. I feel like I've watched it.
Today. There's a few episodes. I think there's like 4 episodes or something. But it seemed like the B-movie version of a documentary.
What?
Just the way it was shot.
The B-movie?
Yeah. So, like, it's a Netflix original, and a lot of their documentaries are really well shot and really well directed and produced and edited and all that. But,
except for Making a Murderer. That was
that one droned on way too long.
That was for, like, people who have never watched a crime documentary ever.
That's true. And it did get a lot of people into true crime.
It was revolutionary. Sorry, continue.
Sort of, even though it was really boring.
So boring. It dragged on for so long. It could have been
for people I didn't give a fuck about. You know?
Right. Like, it really could have been, like, just, like, 2 or 3 episodes.
Or, like...
Or, like, one.
One documentary movie.
Long... Yeah.
It didn't have to be 2 seasons.
No.
It was,
But people loved it. Good for them. I'm happy for them.
They did. I think they like felt bad for the younger guy,
Brandon Dassey or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't even remember how I felt about the verdict and all that.
Well, I do remember feeling bad for Brandon. I don't think he should have been convicted. He was definitely coerced into confessing. But
yeah, I think the interrogations and the interviews could have gone better, but I don't think he was necessarily innocent.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean...
yeah, but he was still coerced into a confession that maybe wasn't exactly what happened. I don't know. Either way.
For sure.
We were talking about...
Yeah, that one sucked. So, Inside the Mind of a... I think
it's a killer.
Inside the Mind of a...
No?
I don't know. I could pull up Netflix and tell you, but I don't want to. So it's something along those lines. But it felt like a B movie because it was just... The shots were super cheesy, like the B-roll shots. The acting, when like the recreations, was so cheesy. And the background narrators, it was like you could tell they were reading off of a script.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
Yeah, so the first episode was about serial killers, and I was like, all right, well, this is interesting. And they presented some interesting info, like nothing I didn't already know, but it's kind of interesting. And the second one, I think, was about kidnappers. And it was kind of interesting, but I stopped paying attention like halfway through.
Right.
And then I just erased it from my continue watching and from my list. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. They're just reading to me, and the shots and the acting is so bad. I can't do it. No. So I got rid of that one. But the rest of them that I've been watching, I was watching Cold Case Files, but then I finished it. That one was good.
That one's always good.
What else have I watched lately? There was one about John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, like the inside
the tapes.
Yes. I watched that one while I was in treatment. It was really good.
I didn't realize that they got their jurors from Rockford.
I didn't either until they said that on the show. I was like, Rockford?
I was like half paying attention, like playing Animal Crossing, and then like you hear things.
Yeah.
Like you're listening and paying attention,
Right.
but then some things like just stick out to you.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a
Like,
second, I wasn't
Rockford?
paying attention.
What?
It's like, Rockford? Hold on a second, what? And I had to
Time
like
out.
rewind. I was like, what'd they say?
Yeah.
So they got their jurors from Rockford because
They couldn't.
when was his crimes? Was it in the 70s or was it the 80s?
I don't recall.
Something around that time, before social media, all of that.
Yeah.
So Rockford from Chicago was apparently far enough away for there to not be a biased jury, because you
Right.
don't just have the 24-hour news cycle hitting you all the time with info. So they just outsourced to like an hour and a half away to
Here we
Rockford to
are.
get their jurors, and I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
But that one was really well done.
I liked that one too.
There have been others, but I don't recall. I also started watching How to Build a Sex Room.
I have that on my
Is that what it's
sex
called?
room.
Sex
Yeah,
room?
I have that on my list. I
It's
haven't gotten to it yet.
So good.
Is the old lady really horny?
Not really.
Okay.
It's like, it's not out of place.
Okay.
Like, she makes sexual references, but
Of
it's not
course.
over the
It's-
top and like
okay.
cringy.
Okay.
And it's actually a really wholesome show.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's on my list. I'll get to it.
It's really good. Like, it's like a interior design show for people who don't know what it is. And she goes in there, and it's these couples who want a place for their escapades to take place, and some of them just want like a place for this to happen. Some of them aren't super intimate with each other, so they think maybe it'll spark that. And then she like takes them through experiences. Like, they'll go on field trips or whatever, for lack of a better term, to see the things that they're into, or open them up to new experiences to see if they're interested in it.
That is so wholesome.
It's so wholesome. I
love
wasn't
that.
expecting that. I was
Wow.
like, this is just going to be like a raunchy show that's good to
Yeah.
have on in the background. And I was like, I love this. This is so sweet.
I'll
and
have
like,
to get to it.
yeah, a lot of the couples end up like closer than they were before
Yeah.
she came in, and
Right,
she
'cause they have
designs
that
really
connection.
nice rooms. Like, they're really cool looking.
I'm sure they are.
So highly recommend if that's something that you're comfortable watching. Don't watch it around kids, obviously. It's
Clearly,
it's
a
very
sex
explicit,
room.
but it is very wholesome. And there's all sorts of different couples, like hetero couples that are married. There's a long distance couple, 2 men. There's one polyamorous family. Like, there's all sorts of different couples on there, which is very nice.
Right.
So it's very good. I didn't know what to expect when I started it.
Yeah,
I was like, this isn't what I expected, but I love this.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I found a new note-taking app,
Oh my god.
and
I'm in love.
it's called Milanote or Milanote,
Something like that.
MILA note.com. And if you've heard of Notion, it's kind of in the same vein as that. Basically, you can just create boards and customize it and
It is
type in different
incredible.
things. It is amazing.
I cannot say I've never used it, but watching you use it,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't say anything bad about this.
Exactly.
It is perfect.
And it's so good for writing.
It is everything you need.
It is, especially for my stupid ADHD brain that gets so distracted if I'm trying to write and then like going into my browser and finding notes,
Right.
and then all of a sudden I'm in Twitter and I didn't get my notes, and then there's no writing to be done. So if I can get the notes into the thing, which, since it's laid out in such a nice way and so visually appealing, like
Right.
you want to fill it out.
Yes.
So it makes me stay focused in putting my notes in there.
It's
and then
great.
I don't have to pay attention to my browser at
Yeah.
all. And I can just write it in the app with my notes right there. Oh,
It's so good.
so
We're not
nice.
sponsored. It's
Not
not
at all.
sponsored.
not at
We
all.
don't get anything from this. This is just an amazing app. Or
It was...
is it an app? It's
It
a
is an app.
website.
It's a website. There's an app for Mac users for your computers. I
Okay.
believe there's one for Windows as well.
Okay.
It's also...
Can you access it on your phone?
Yes, it's on
Wow.
iPhone and iPad. It's not as laid out,
Right, of
as
course.
this. It's
Well, this
kind
is
of condensed, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Detailed.
it's.
It's just
I've written 2 articles since I found it, and it was absolutely life-changing for my writing process. That's why I will just gush about this without any sort of sponsorship or anything like that. It was absolutely life-changing.
It's so good.
And it's made me so excited for the season to start. Because, I just have the schedules in there, and it's all laid out. And
no idea everything that she's been doing with this. It's incredible.
Yeah.
She's got everything laid out, so the season is going to be so easy just fill out and have everything right there. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's so good.
It's so fun to do.
If you need to take notes about anything... And this is what you need.
Yeah, and it's not like
.com.
complicated to where you have to like use too many different things.
Right? No, like
you can just put columns of notes in there and lay it out so easy.
My ADHD heart is just like it's complete love.
Absolutely perfect.
Just swooning over this.
Yes, I love it.
I need to get a laptop so I can start doing these things.
It's just so motivating.
It makes me happy to look at. And I want to do things with it.
It's so fantastic. So definitely check that out. I will leave a link for that in the show notes because I love it so much.
It's great.
That's mostly what I've been up to. Let's see, when did we record last? It was the night of the draft, so I've been to New York and back since we last recorded. Going again next weekend. And then... No. 2 weeks? Somewhere in the future. Something like that. And then I will be back for the season and not have to go anywhere. Which will kind of be nice. It won't just get broken up.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Documentaries.
Oh, I've been watching Good Doctor still. Very good. Not caught up.
I don't know if I can watch it because I would just think of Bates Motel.
Bates Motel, yeah. He's such a good actor, though. He's so good.
I believe it. He's really good in Bates Motel.
So good. Good Doctor. I'm making my mom I have watched Parenthood all the way through. I'm making my mom watch it with me again. She's in love. She's crying like every episode. It's great.
That's what I haven't watched yet.
I keep telling you.
I know, you keep saying how good it is.
It's so good. It's so good.
One day I'll get to it. And it's finished, right? Like it's over.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. So I think that's all. We've been watching The Floor is Lava when we're both like completely checked out and just like don't want to focus on anything.
Have you watched Blown Away?
The glass one? I have not.
Oh my god.
It keeps popping up on my recommended.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's a really good anxiety show.
Really?
Yes.
Good to know.
So when I first watched it, I was like going through one of those super anxious periods.
Yeah.
And so I turned it on, and it's just so interesting to see them like blowing the glass and making things out of it. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's just like calming and watching them create these things.
Right.
Fantastic anxiety show.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes. It's very good.
I also got diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease.
Oh.
So that kind of explains why I always have a double chin.
That's new.
Yeah, that is new. It kind of makes me feel a little better about the double chin.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right, it's just my thyroid, but like,
are you on thyroid medication?
I am, 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
Just got upped on one of the doses, but we're keeping an eye on it, but it really explains a lot of things.
Well, that's good. That's always helpful to get a diagnosis so you have like something to put to...
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like being diagnosed with autism, which I didn't know if I was going to talk about on here or not. But that happened when I was in treatment. I did a psych test, and I'm on the spectrum, which...
It's not super out of the ordinary, especially with ADHD. A lot of time, those go hand in hand.
Overlap a little bit. But it does explain a lot of things in my life as well, with like sensory processing and like meltdowns and like getting overwhelmed really easily and shit like that. There's a lot more to it, but
that's kind of why it's nice to have a name to put to it too.
Right.
Like there's a reason this is happening.
Right. I was really excited to do the psych test, and it took like 2.5 hours. It was just kind of something that they offered. It took like a month to get in to do it. Yeah. You had to like request it from your therapist, and then they would go, or your therapist or your psychiatrist. I don't know. Either way, you had to request it, and then you would go, and they would do the test.
Is it just like general testing? So they'll tell you, hey, you have something or you don't, or was it specifically for ASD?
No, it was all around. Like they ask you what you've already been diagnosed with,
okay,
and then you do a bunch of testing. It's all in person. It's not on the computer. They ask a lot of questions, and kind of about your childhood and like how you were growing up and all that stuff.
Interesting.
And how you function now. And
I don't.
I don't function.
That's what
the problem. but yeah, they confirmed all of my other diagnoses that
Diagnoses?
that's the one that I already knew that I had, and that was very validating.
Yeah, for sure. That's so interesting.
And so I'm not like upset about the ASD. Like again, like I said, it explains a lot. It's more getting other people to understand that I do have this disorder,
which is so fucking frustrating, and it still comes along with that stigma, you know?
Absolutely. And it's like people that know me are like, you don't have autism. And I'm like,
not helpful.
Actually, I do. Like, I've been told by real clinical doctors. And,
right. And like,
I've been...
even people who know you the best, and that I'm not just saying like you, like the general you, even people who know you the best don't know everything that you go through inside.
Yeah.
So looking at somebody and being like, you don't have ADHD or you're not on the autism spectrum. How the fuck do you know?
You don't, because I've been masking since I was a child. I don't know how to not mask.
Because you learn how to do that so you can get through the day.
Yes, exactly. And you can live life fairly normally. I mean, I've been masking, like I said, since I was a child. I've been masking for so long, I don't know how to not mask. This is not a mental health podcast. I mean, it kind of is sometimes, but like...
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, but like, it's frustrating sometimes just because people don't realize that you are masking and like, don't realize that, hey, that's not the real you. I mean...
Like it
is, but...
You don't know the thought process that everybody's having inside.
Exactly, and... Yeah.
Like, I could be sitting here totally fine having this conversation, but inside I could be like, oh my god, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, I feel like shit, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say, all of it. That could all be going on in my head, and I could be sitting here having a normal conversation.
Yeah. And, like, I didn't go into the psych test, like, looking for a diagnosis of any kind at all. Like I said, I told them what diagnoses I already had, but that was a new one when I got my results. And I wasn't really expecting it, per se, but it does make sense.
Is it also kind of frustrating at the same time? Like, how did nobody diagnose me with this before?
Yes. 100%, because I've been seeing therapists on and off since I was like, I don't know, 13, 14.
Right.
And I've been on psych meds on and off since I was like 16. And I've been in treatment many, many times. And like them just now noticing like,
at 29, almost 30.
Right, like I'll be 30 in October and I just got this diagnosis. And it's like, wow, that's really frustrating. But I'm glad that I have that diagnosis now. I'm not going to like throw out the autism card all the time. Like, it's not going to change who I am.
Right.
It's the same. I'm the same person.
And I don't know if people don't understand that, and that's why there is a stigma around it.
Right.
But I don't get that at the same time. Because why would it change who you are?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I mean, to a certain point, it validates kind of my reactions to things, and I can feel less guilty about having certain reactions to things.
Because there's a reason.
Right. Like, if there's people around me that know and I'm comfortable with, I can say, hey, I'm not doing well right now. Like, I need to go home, or I need to do something. Like, something is, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not okay.
Right.
If I am out alone and that happens, I basically just run to my car. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Right. But yeah, it does help. Just kind of, I don't have to mask as much. I still do, because I don't know how not to.
And it can be more comfortable that way too.
For sure. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about it. Yeah. It's just
and at some point, like, masking is just your way of living.
Yes.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, masking. But, like, sometimes you just don't want to have certain behaviors outward.
Absolutely.
Like, you'll go through it inside and be like, okay, this is why this is happening. I totally understand. But I'm not in a place where I can show this externally.
Yes, I'm uncomfortable in this environment.
And that's what masking is for. That's why your brain does it.
It saves you from... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's not a bad thing at all. It can be harmful if that's all you rely on and never get any help for it.
But I'm in therapy. I see a psychiatrist. Like, I'm doing all the things that I can do.
Which is important.
Yeah, for sure.
To take care of your mental health.
Absolutely. Everyone should be in therapy.
Yeah. Even, you
like,
don't
literally
have to
everyone.
be, like, at rock bottom to see a therapist. You can just check in weekly. Like, everybody goes through things. You don't have to be, like, at the end of your rope to be like, okay, now I need help.
Yeah, no.
Because then it's going to take a lot longer to bring you back to a baseline. So if you check in regularly and just take care of your brain, which is just as important as your physical health,
the rest of your body,
yeah, then you can kind of maintain a baseline. And of course, there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs.
Always.
But for more times than not, you can stay at that baseline. And it helps just to have somebody to talk to.
Definitely. Like, outside of your friend group, like, just an outside, unbiased, like... You can just talk to them freely about whatever.
Exactly.
Like, what you're going through, what you're thinking, anything that happens in your life. Like, therapy is helpful for everyone.
Absolutely. I've been seeing a therapist nonstop since 2018.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk to her every week.
Even
if I don't really have much to talk about, I'll be like, hey, what you been watching on Netflix?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, like, I started going in person this month.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's actually really good. Like, I've been doing telehealth for over a year, and actually getting to meet my therapist and, like, sit in a room and talk and do these assessments that they have to do in order, because she just switched
practices?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's new at this practice, and so I have to redo, like, all of the assessments and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I find it all very interesting, so I'm not upset about doing those things, but I really do enjoy being physically with my therapist when I talk to her.
There's definitely a big difference. I'm still doing telehealth and I don't really like it, but I also don't really want to go back yet.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a difference, because...
Have you ever gone in person with your current?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, right at the beginning, because I started seeing her in 2019. So, until COVID hit.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but she changed offices, so that would be weird. I haven't gone to the new office yet.
Right, yeah. I've only been to this new office twice.
Yeah.
And she's on vacation next week, so
But there's definitely a difference, because when you're at home, you're just like, this is my area. Exactly. But then you're in the office, you're like, oh, this is more clinical. Like, I'm here for a reason.
I have to talk about these things.
Yeah. But if you can only do telehealth, or there's even like text-based ones, and I haven't researched any of them, so I'm not going to recommend one over the other, because I know some of them definitely have their pros and cons.
For sure. I mean, everything does.
Yeah, so research whatever is best for you, seeing a therapist in person, doing telehealth, or using one of the apps that's more, hi buddy, are you coming to see your fans?
If you start to see a therapist and you don't click, give it 3 tries. Give it three times to see that therapist. If it doesn't work, find another one. There's always more out there.
Because it can be so uncomfortable the first time, especially if it's your first time in therapy.
Absolutely.
And you're not used to being vulnerable, and yet this random new person is just asking you all of these deep questions.
Oh, like, my God, Claire.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Claire.
Oh, Claire.
Claire was one of my therapists when I first started looking for one recently. Not recently. This was like a few 5 years ago. Now, yeah. I think this is around 2017. But
sounds about right.
I requested DBT because I really...
Dialectical behavior therapy.
I really believe in that process, and it has helped me immensely, and I feel like everybody should work on their DBT skills. But anyway, I requested that, and she decided that the way we were going to do that is she was going to slowly read me out of these worksheets out of this DBT book. And I was dying on the inside because I'm a quick reader. Like, I read pretty fast, and she was reading out loud very slowly.
And just that pace can be so aggravating.
Oh my God.
To your anxiety.
I just wanted to run out. I just wanted to leave. And I should have. You can leave if you're uncomfortable.
Yep.
If you are ever uncomfortable in any situation, leave.
That is the best part about the therapeutic relationship, because it is all about you.
Yeah.
If you are uncomfortable, you can ask them for a referral and they will give them to you, because any therapist worth their weight in salt will know that this is about you. And
absolutely.
If for some reason you don't click, they're not going to take that hard because it's about you. So they will give you referrals. They will give you a place to go. And in the meantime, if you want to keep seeing them, then you can until you get started with a new therapist.
Absolutely. So there's our rant on therapy and all that.
Yeah, I was very lucky to get like the best therapist right off the bat.
Oh my God, your first one? Oh, she was perfect. I was so jealous.
She was. Kate was amazing.
I was so jealous.
And then she left.
She went to work in the schools, right?
Still a little fucked up over it, but it's all right.
I mean,
it's all right.
That's one that's going to hurt forever.
Oh, yeah. But I do really like my current therapist. She's very nice.
Are you actually participating, or are you
sometimes?
Because I know there was a long while there where you were just sometimes. Like telling her like, yeah, I'm all right. I've been watching this on Netflix.
So it's cool.
This week was all right.
Everything's fine. Usually if I have like a bad week, I will say something. You know.
You have to participate for it to work.
I know. But then...
That's the hard part.
The worst part about therapy is when, like, you feel shitty for the week leading up to it, and then you have your appointment, you're like, this is the best day I've had in a whole month. Great. I feel amazing. So then they're like, what have you been up to? You're like, I don't know. I don't know what I've done, but I feel awesome.
Yeah.
Like, really, brain? And then... Your appointment's over, you're like, are you fucking serious?
Like, I just missed my whole opportunity to talk about anything that matters.
That has happened so many fucking times, and not even out of trying to...
Could you say that again?
No, I can't, Siri.
No, let's not talk about it anymore.
I can't. Jesus. Anyway.
That's the second episode in a row that something has tried to talk... Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, that's so frustrating.
If you go to therapy, participate, be real, don't waste their time or your time.
because it is just a waste of your time. They're getting paid,
Yeah,
whether you talk to them or not.
They're just there, man.
You could sit there in total silence. They'll still get paid and be like, well, that was your appointment for the week. So use your time wisely. Yeah. Especially if you're paying for it. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're there for. And like Jacqueline said, if you're uncomfortable with a therapist and you don't click after a couple tries, don't just quit after one.
Give it a few.
Then get a new one.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah. I've
done it a couple of times.
Yeah, it's really hard if you live in a more rural area. I get that because sometimes there's not as many options available. And then maybe when an online-based services is better for you. So look into that. Mental health is very important. And we are big
advocates
for mental health.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. I mean, I just went on LTIR for like 6 months for my mental health.
Happens.
It's happened twice since this podcast started. So,
and we get through it, and you're back.
I'm back. Here I am.
That's all that matters.
Here I am. I'm not dead.
And we are very happy about that.
Good.
Truly.
All right.
But before we move on to talking about the actual hockey, now that we're an hour into this,
Jesus Christ,
we have an announcement.
Do we?
To announce.
What kind of announcement do we have?
A very special announcement.
Special announcements.
And that announcement is, we have a merch store now.
A merch store?
A merch store.
Oh shit, you can buy stuff from us?
You can buy stuff with our From Center Ice logo on it. There's some stuff with the Cozy Cast and the Happy Hour logo.
Hell yeah.
And there's one that says just for funsies.
Just for funsies. I love
because
it.
I say that all the fucking time. So I was like, John, I need a design that says just for funsies. And he delivered because Johnny Rockford does all of our graphics.
Everything.
And he does amazing work. So
He's incredible.
Yeah, FromCenterIce.shop.
.shop?
Super easy. There's going to be
easy.
a link on the website. So if you want to go to FromCenterIce.com, if that's easier for you to remember, it'll be just right at the top, a little tab that says shop or something. I'm still building it. But that will be up when this episode drops. So that'll be on the website. Otherwise, FromCenterIce.shop.
I do feel like we need some belly button merch of some
We do
sort.
need belly button merch.
I don't know how you would do that, but
we'll have to ask John.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about it.
But that's super exciting.
I'm hype.
You can rep From Center Ice wherever you go now.
Let's go.
And yeah.
That's so exciting.
It is really exciting. You can get t-shirts. You can get coffee mugs. You can get
Can you get a hoodie?
I believe there are hoodies available.
Sweet. Mm-hmm. I might need one.
There's some glasses, drink glasses.
Yeah.
So you can get a nice little happy hour glass to drink your beverage of choice out of. There's all bunch of different stuff. John set it up for us.
That's so exciting. So, thank you, John.
Yes. We love you, Johnny. You are the best.
The best.
So that is our announcement. All of the links and stuff will be in the show notes, of course, or on the website. So I have actual hockey notes here.
Let's go.
Since I have this note-taking app. And I figured since, this is kind of like the perfect segue, since you were on LTIR for a pretty decent portion of the season.
Yeah.
I figured
February through June.
Yeah. It's like half the season.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I got to watch the playoffs in treatment.
It was the day after the All-Star game because I came over and we watched it.
Yes, we did. That was the night before I left for residential.
Yep. So it was after that. Yeah. So I figured, since you were on LTIR and since the season seemed absolutely fucking eternal, that we could go through some of the highlights from the 2021-22 season to really put a nice bow on it and throw it into the past.
Let's go. Let's get it over
so we
with.
Can
send it into
forward
space.
Yes. So I am going to start with some highlights and notes from just around the NHL. Then I will do the Maple Leafs, and then I will do the Blackhawks because
some of this may be very new to me because
it's quite possible.
I was away. I was not really available. I couldn't watch. I tried last time I was in residential. I could watch whatever. I took over a room. That was my hockey room. I couldn't make it work this time. I got to watch a few games, but it really wasn't a whole lot.
I mostly have a bunch of milestones.
Okay.
Going through all of this, I forgot a lot of what happened about the season, and I'm guessing a lot of other people did too, just because the season is a grind, and after the playoffs, you forget things that happen. So
it feels like forever ago.
It really does. And to kick it off, this was the first year of the NHL back on ESPN and TNT.
It sure was. Which, I got the Hulu package with the live TV or whatever. I mean, it had ESPN Plus also, but not all of the games were available on there. You know how it goes. They black some of them out.
The NHL makes everything impossible.
It's always difficult, but but I got the live TV package for Hulu. It's like $65 a month, but that was how I watched Blackhawks games when I was not in treatment.
Yeah, and TNT did a really good job with the playoffs.
Okay,
they would switch back and forth. So one night it would be TNT. Well, this was after the first round, because then you could have...
the first round was crazy.
First round, there's a bunch of teams still in it. So some games were on ESPN, some were on TNT. But then after that, you could just stack them. So there was an early and a late game. And they did a much better job than ESPN on the broadcasts.
Yeah. I was in PHP by this time, which is partial hospitals. I was in an apartment owned by the treatment center, and I went to treatment during the day, and then after like 4:00 I was free. So I brought my TV from home, and there was already a TV there. I had both games going.
Fantastic.
It was great.
Absolutely fantastic.
They tried to tell me that I couldn't have a TV because it was an appliance.
How is a TV an appliance?
I disagree. I talked to the administrator. She was like, I wrote the rules. There's no rules about TVs. It's not an appliance. You can have it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was good.
Damn right. Also, to kick off this season, Boone Jenner was named captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Boone!
Yes. And this was the first season for the Seattle Kraken.
It sure... Oh my God, was it?
Yeah.
It feels like they've been around for like 3 years.
Yep. And the first 2 goals in Seattle Kraken history were scored 69 seconds apart.
Nice.
The first goal ever was scored by Ryan Donato. And they lost that first game 4-3 to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh no, the expansion teams.
But... going out east, Henrik Lundqvist, since he was not able to play, he joined the MSG broadcast for Rangers games.
Okay.
And he actually did a very good job.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I can see that. I didn't see it, but I can envision that very clearly.
One of the times I was out in New York, I turned it on. I was like, hell yeah, hockey's on. I'm going to watch a Rangers game. And I saw Lundy on there. I was like, that's Henrik Lundqvist.
It sure is.
And he did a good job. And he was on some of the TNT broadcasts for the playoffs as well.
Nice.
He does a very good job as a broadcaster. It's he does everything well.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys.
A beautiful man.
Yeah.
Fantastic goaltender. I think he plays guitar. He does broadcasting well. Like, save some of it for the rest of us, Hank. Jesus. Hoy. But before the 21-22 season, there were 10,000 Buffalo Sabres season ticket holders that dropped out.
Buffalo didn't do so good. Wasn't doing
they
so
didn't.
good.
And then they traded Jack Eichel to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Was this the time where it was just like Jack Eichel was out there just like, hey, who's going to take me?
Pretty much.
That last season?
No, pretty much, because he wanted to have the surgery on the discs in his neck.
Right.
And Buffalo was like,
yeah,
actually. So...
yeah.
He was just kind of in limbo until he could figure out what was going on.
Right, because his contract.
Yeah.
And then...
he finally got the surgery, and it went very well. Tyler Johnson for the Blackhawks had the same exact surgery. So the first 2 NHL players to have it, both of them went very well.
Yeah.
And so Jack Eichel is part of the Vegas Golden Knights now. Alex Tuck and Peyton Krebs went back the other way. And that's a good deal for Buffalo. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Alex Tuch. He's a really good player. Peyton Krebs is a really promising prospect. So they did well being in a really shitty situation that they kind of put themselves in. But
Buffalo did,
I just feel bad for Sabres fans. I don't feel bad for the organization because they keep fucking up, but I feel bad for Buffalo fans.
Yeah. And Malcolm's out there still.
Malcolm is out there. We sent him there for future considerations. And then when Jack Eichel went back to play in Buffalo with Vegas, he said that was the loudest he has ever heard the building because they were booing him. And so he said it took him leaving for them to, really get involved.
Why would they boo him, though? Like, what did he do wrong?
I mean, nothing really. He was vocal about not really wanting to be there after a while, but you can't blame him.
Well, because he wanted to have this surgery and they wouldn't let him. Of course he's going to speak out about it.
Right. And there was just a lot.
That's just bodily autonomy. Like,
yeah. Plus, when he was drafted, it was the same year as Connor McDavid, and Buffalo, tanked hard.
Yeah.
And then when it was announced that Edmonton won the draft lottery, Buffalo's GM was visually upset that they didn't get Connor McDavid. Getting Jack Eichel was the worst thing in the world. And I mean, of course, anybody would want to get Connor McDavid.
Of course.
But Jack Eichel is a very good hockey player.
Not that they've won anything, but...
I mean, when you keep trotting out fucking Mike Smith as your goaltender, which is going to be a bit different next season.
I wish we could just insert that little clip of...
that gif. Yeah. Beautiful.
So good.
But moving on, Alexander Ovechkin had a season. So he started it off October 13th. He scored his 732nd goal.
That's a lot of goals.
Surpassing Marcel Dion for 5th all-time in goals scored.
God damn.
In the NHL.
Man is literally a machine.
He really is. Russian machine
never breaks.
And then going out west, there was Evander Kane, who was suspended for 21 games for violating the COVID-19 protocol right at the beginning of the season, October 18th. That wasn't the end of the nonsense for him, but we'll get there. Also along the lines of COVID, Tyler Bertuzzi, not allowed to play in Canada this season because he refused to get vaccinated and was the only active NHL player to do so.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Wow.
Couldn't play in Canada.
So what, could he go to Canada?
No. He
had to stay home. Hey, bro, you did that to yourself.
Sure did. And then going down to Florida, Sergei Bobrovsky on October 21st, 2021, recorded his 300th win, becoming the 38th goaltender to do so.
So he stopped sucking?
He did.
Okay.
He had a very good year this year down there in Florida.
All right, that first year after he got that contract was rough.
Yeah, the Panthers won the President's Trophy this year.
That's insane to me.
They beat Washington in the first round and then got swept by Tampa Bay in the second round.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Sticking with Florida, Joel Quenneville.
Oh, yeah.
He
got fired.
Yeah, but before that, the Jenner and Block report came out the 27th of October, I believe, and he was behind the bench that night. Same night that report came out. The same night the Kyle Beach came forward in his interview with Rick Westhead. Joel Quenneville was still behind the bench down there in Florida.
Yep.
And the next day, October 28th, he resigned. Andrew Burnett became head
he didn't
coach.
Get fired. He resigned.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, you're kind of forced into it. It'd just be like that.
In better news...
Oh, let's go.
Cale Makar hit 100 points in his 108th game.
That kid is amazing.
He tied Sergei Zubov as the 6th fastest defenseman to hit that mark.
Insane.
23 years old.
Insane.
And of course, he went on to win the Norris Trophy as the best defenseman and the Conn Smythe as playoff MVP as the Avalanche took home the Stanley Cup.
So good.
And he also made Kirby Dach look real silly on a goal. And,
Yeah.
We'll just forget about that one.
Yeah. When you texted me the other day, Kale, I was thinking Makar.
Nope.
And I was like, what did he do? What did he do?
No, Kale Morris.
Yeah.
He went to the Wolves.
He went to the fucking Wolves.
But Dylan Wells, which the Ice Hogs have now, played for the Wolves a few times last year. So we like swapped.
Well, we also got Gust. And
yeah,
he
we
played
did. David
there.
Gust.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought you were using that as like a verb, like we got Gust, like Eric Gustafson.
Phew!
I was like,
oh God, no.
I mean,
Please.
he thankfully.
Is he? Wait, who signed him?
We'll get there.
Is the Capitals, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure he went to the Capitals.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going out of order.
No, you're fine. November 1st, 2021, the Montreal Canadiens sent Cole Caulfield down to the American Hockey League.
How? Why? What?
I mean, he had a pretty bad start to the season.
I guess, but Cole Caulfield in the AHL?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how long did he stay there?
I'm not sure. I don't believe his stint was too long in the American
I can't
League.
imagine it would be.
Yeah, but that was a time. I had forgotten all about that.
Yeah, dude.
Moving back out west to Seattle, Jordan Eberle on November 4th got the first hat trick in Seattle Kraken history.
Hell yeah!
Lots of first out there in Seattle.
Yeah, dude.
And then we had Carey Price entering a residential treatment for substance use.
Good for him.
Coming out and speaking about his mental health and taking care of himself.
Proud of him.
Absolutely.
Good for him.
Absolutely.
Good for him.
Especially having a player with a name like Carey Price coming out and speaking about that.
Definitely.
It's going to be helpful for a lot of other people around the hockey world.
I mean, there was Leonard who came out and spoke about his substance abuse.
Jonathan Drouin.
Yeah. There's been quite a few that have come out and said,
Tyler
hey.
Mott.
Yeah, that have come out and said, hey, I need help.
I need help. Substance abuse or depression or...
Good for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then going out to the island, GM Lou Lamoriello became the third GM to reach 1,500 NHL wins.
Damn.
With the regular season and playoffs combined.
Wow.
That was in early November. And then we head back out west. Bob Murray resigned as GM and executive VP of the Ducks, and he entered an alcohol-related abuse program.
Okay.
And then we had Brendan Lemieux of the Los Angeles Kings biting Brady Tkachuk.
He bit him?
On the ice.
He bit him.
He bit him.
With his mouth.
With his mouth. He bit him.
Why did he do that?
I mean, there was a kerfuffle.
I mean, I can understand that.
But he bit him on the hand.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't lick people.
No.
Don't bite people.
Don't spit on people.
Don't spit on people. Stop with the mouth stuff.
Yeah,
no mouth stuff.
Things. No
you
mouth.
can punch. That's cool. Whatever. No mouth stuff. Keep the mouth stuff to yourself.
Keep your mouth excrements inside of it.
Unless you're gonna connect tongues.
Just don't do
Brad
that.
Marchand is the only one up for that.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants
Nobody
that.
wants to connect tongues with him.
No.
Anyway.
Okay. Never mind. Don't do that.
Andy Green of the New York Islanders played his 1,000th game, becoming the 358th player to do so.
Wow.
On November 15th.
Good for him.
And this is when I learned there are a bunch of old fucks in the NHL because there were a lot more to hit that milestone after him this past season. And the very next night, we had Ryan Getzlaf scoring his 1,000th NHL point.
Who?
Becoming the 92nd player to do so.
Damn.
Yep.
All right.
A few days later, November 26th, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Who?
Thank you. Became the fastest goaltender to reach 200 wins. It took him 318 games.
I mean, dude's amazing. Like,
it's infuriating.
He's
I
such a good goalie.
I really wish he was on a more likable team.
I agree.
I can't with Tampa.
Tampa, after that second win, I'm done.
I'm done.
No more Tampa.
It's all right. Colorado took care of him.
Yes, they did.
It's all good.
They did.
Going back up to Canada, Chris Russell blocked his 1,999th shot, becoming the all-time leader in blocked shots in the NHL. Later that night, he blocked his 2,000th shot, becoming the first player to do so.
Holy shit. That's a lot of block shots.
That's a lot of block shots.
A lot of block shots. Wow. 2,000? 2K.
It's a lot of bruises.
2,000.
A lot of bruises.
So many.
November 28th, 2021. Marc Bergevin fired as the GM of the Montreal Canadiens. And then, moving over to a different Canadian team, the Calgary Flames tied a franchise mark for fewest games to hit 10 road wins with 14 games. They also hit that mark in the 2009-2010 season. So in 14 games, they got 10 wins on the road. So
good for
10
them.
and 4.
Wow.
Yep. November 30th, Braden Holtby recorded his 293rd win in his 500th NHL game, passing Jacques Plante for most goalie wins through first 500 games played.
I love Braden Holtby. Did he retire?
I don't believe he retired. He's still a free agent.
I thought that he had announced.
Did he announce it?
I'm not sure 100%, but I feel like I saw that he had announced.
Well, is unlikely to play next season. Da-da-da-da-da. He's been dealing with a nagging lower body injury. So he's not officially retired, but unlikely to play next season. So
that's unfortunate. I fucking love Braden Holtby.
And his turtles.
Yes. I love him. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. That's all I got. I love him.
Alexander Ovechkin. Having a hell of a season.
Always.
December 4th, 2021 became the 7th player in the NHL history to reach 20 goals in 17 straight seasons. Only Gordie Howe and Brendan Shanahan have done it in more than 17 straight.
Repeat the first part of that.
Alexander Ovechkin became the 7th player in NHL history to reach 20 goals in 17 straight seasons.
17 seasons.
Wow.
20 goals. Okay.
Oh, Alex.
Oh, Ovi.
Oh, Ovi.
Oh, Ovi.
Man. Blake Wheeler played his 1,000th game on December 5th.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
The very next night, December 6th, Louis Eriksson played his 1,000th.
There are a lot of old fucks, huh?
A lot of old fucks. December 6th, Alain Vigneault was fired as the head coach of the Flyers. Mike Yeo took over.
Okay.
And then the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Cleveland Monsters extended their affiliation in a multi-year agreement. They have been affiliated since 2015.
Good for them.
They keep it going.
All right. We love when teams stick with their teams.
We do.
We do.
December 7th, 2021 was the goal of the season when Trevor Zegras lifted that puck over the net to Sonny Milano, who batted it in against the Buffalo Sabres. And not only was it the best goal of the season, it was the best goal reaction the season, where Zegras was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
That worked?
Oh, that was beautiful. Goal of the year. Absolute goal of the year. And December 8th, 2021, the Arizona Coyotes are almost locked out of Gila River Arena for not paying arena invoices and taxes.
Oh, no.
December 11th.
Arizona, no.
Oh, Arizona. December 11th, 2021, Ben Bishop announces his retirement.
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Big Ben ain't no more.
Injuries got to him.
It happens.
December 12th, James Reimer hits 400 career games. Love James.
Yeah, Reimer's great.
And then Canadian teams had to start going down to 50% capacity or 0 fans, because In comes Omicron.
When I was in treatment, whole lodge got it.
Great.
Whole lodge had no. I mean, we're in a building where we can't leave.
You can't leave.
We can't leave.
So what are you supposed to do?
We have no control over anything. They were testing us every 5 days instead of every 48 hours.
Oh, good.
Of course, everyone's going to get it. There were literally 3 people in the lodge that did not get it.
Wow.
I was personally in quarantine for 2.5 weeks. I got it really bad. It was horrible. It was horrible. And the effects lasted for a long time. A long time. I'm not just being like fear-mongering about COVID. Like, this is personal experience.
I know people who are still dealing with long COVID who got it in 2020.
I believe that I still have effects from it. And that was in April, I want to say. And now it's what, July? Almost August. Yeah, there's definitely, it's serious, guys. Take it seriously.
Please. That's all we ask.
It's not a good time.
It doesn't sound like it.
To be TMI right now.
Warning
for TMI. I had the COVID cough, obviously. That's the signature. I also had the COVID diarrheas. So, bed, cough, bathroom. Stay in the bathroom, cough. Finally make it back to bed. Cough, bathroom.
Can only cough on toilet.
Can only cough on toilet. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible. And this went on for weeks. It was horrible. You don't want it. Don't risk it.
Don't fuck around.
Don't fuck around and find out. I didn't have a choice. I had no control. I was so careful on the outside the whole time since 2020. I never got it. I was careful. I did everything under my power. And then I go to treatment and we're in this lodge and I have no control. Somebody brings it in. It infects the whole lodge. And we had a whole wing of COVID patients and it was varying symptoms. It was just, it was terrible. It was terrible. The nurses had to get in like the full PPE. What is it? PPE?
PPE.
Yeah. We had to write our requests on Post-it notes and put it on our doors.
Oh my gosh.
Like they had to come take our orders for meals because they had to bring it to us, like snacks, everything. Like it was terrible. It was terrible. And if you got it and it was just like a cold for you, good for you. I'm happy for you. But so many people are affected way more with these different
variants.
I was going to say mutations.
Same thing.
Either way.
Even people who have mild cases can have long COVID effects.
Absolutely. I still deal with certain, effects of, I got it. Yeah, the long COVID, it's real. Don't fuck around. Be careful.
And that's that.
That's that.
Yeah, when I went to the Ice Hogs playoff games, I bought N95 masks to wear, and then I wore my cloth Ice Hogs masks over it. I was like, these KN95s not going to be good enough to make me feel better, so I'm going to buy some N95s.
Yeah.
But they're in the playoffs, so I'm going to go.
You gotta go.
I'm not going to be super happy about it, and there were at least one game where there were people around me coughing. I was like, you sons of bitches,
that's why we stopped going in the first fucking place.
Yep. December 16th. At least 72 players were in COVID protocol.
Jesus
and 27
Christ.
Staff members.
Yeah, I remember this.
December 21, 2021. The season had to pause again because of COVID.
Well, yeah. If you don't have the players to play, you can't play.
Yep. So they paused until after Christmas. The original scheduled date to return was December 27th. They had to keep pushing it back.
Yep.
It's almost like you forget that the season was like put on hold again.
Oh, I definitely forgot.
Yeah.
I 100% forgot until you just read that off.
The only reason I remember is because I was out of town when it happened. I was in New York in the hotbed of Omicron when it hit. And I was like, cool!
Of course.
Cool, I'm not leaving this hotel room for anything.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I didn't get it. But that's the only reason I remember that happened. So, like, the Blackhawks played the Capitals, and then the season shut down. And I was like, please just get me out of fucking New York City without getting this.
Yeah.
And it happened, thankfully. December 22nd, 2021. NHL players officially ruled out for the 2022 Winter Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
That sucked.
Are they ever going to rejoin the Olympics?
I think the plan is for them to go back to the next one.
Yeah.
I think just because it was in China this year, and with all of the restrictions, like if you tested positive for COVID, you had to quarantine for an insane amount of time.
Yeah.
Which, like, good. But,
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then because COVID was wreaking havoc on the NHL and the American Hockey League, the god-forsaken fucking taxi squad returned.
Oh, God, the taxi. I forgot. I forgot about the Oh, God, the taxi squad.
The taxi squad.
My soul.
But
soul.
because the taxi squad came back, Brandon Peary was released from the void, and we found him again. He signed a PTO with the Rockford Ice Hogs, played like 3 games, scored a hat trick or something, and then peaced out.
Yep.
And retired.
He retired?
I believe he's unofficially, maybe officially retired. Yep. He wanted to try to make the Olympic team.
I know he was stuck in taxi squad for forever and a half. And we needed goal scoring, and we were like, why is he there? Like, they're not using him. They're not using him. They're not playing him at all. You bring him back down to the AHL. We need that shit. Like, let him score the goals that he knows he can do.
The best part was, since they wouldn't release him, we were joking, like, he's legitimately stuck on the taxi squad.
Yeah.
Like, they got rid of the taxi squad and he was just stuck on it. So then we were like, if it comes back, we'll find Brandon Peary. And guess what happened?
We did!
That was the best fucking part of the taxi squad coming back. Was like, all of a sudden, Brandon Peary.
There he is.
Like, you've got to be kidding me.
There he fucking is.
Oh, that was fantastic. After Omicron wreaked havoc, the NHL and NHLPA decided to allow asymptomatic players to return to play earlier, from 10 days to 5, if they were able to produce a negative test.
Yeah.
The World Junior Championship was quote-unquote canceled, aka rescheduled, after it had already started. But now they are going to be playing it from August 9th through the 20th, so that is still upcoming.
Okay.
And any players who aged out of it, but would have been eligible to play last winter, are still eligible.
Okay. So they got grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this has nothing to do with hockey, but was very important and a milestone thing that happened during the season. But Betty White died.
Oh my God.
On New Year's Eve.
She was like 9 days away from turning 100.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, Betty White. Such a pure soul. Just the best human. Yep. And then 2021 just had to throw that last hit.
Really had to get that one last punch in.
That last just fucking in there. And she was fine like 2 days before. I don't understand what dying of old age means. I know your organs start to fail at some point, but like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's what she died from. I don't think they...
I don't know if they ever actually said.
I don't know either. But there was actually... If you count all of the leap years, she actually did make it to 100. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. So
I think we just honorarily give it to her.
Yeah,
it's Betty White.
For sure. She's 100.
Yes.
And dead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
It's just how I handle things. I can't help it.
Feel it. Alexander Ovechkin.
Ovi!
Again.
What now?
On New Year's Eve, scored his 275th power play goal.
Holy Jesus.
A new record in the NHL.
He's the first one?
Mm-hmm.
275th power play goal. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That man is dangerous.
He is. And he just keeps going.
He will not stop.
January 1st. We are in 2022.
My grandpa had a birthday.
I was like, what about your grandpa?
It's just his birthday.
Oh. It was also the day that Radko Gudas hit 2,028 career hits, which is the most by a Czech Republic-born player.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
January 6th, 2022, Jacob Voracek played his 1,000th NHL game.
Okay.
January 8th.
When was the insurrection? Was that 2021 or
21?
Okay, that's when I was getting zapped.
Yes. Correct.
Correct. I had no memory of that.
I was reading about it in the parking lot. January 8th, 2022, the San Jose Sharks put Evander Kane on unconditional waivers for contract termination,
because
citing violation of the AHL's COVID protocols.
He's a piece of shit.
Also that. Because they waived him, nobody claimed him, and so he was going to go to the AHL, but he faked a vaccination card, and that was the end of that.
Yep.
January 9th, 2022, the Los Angeles Kings hire Mark Bergevin in a consulting role as the senior advisor to the general manager.
Yeah.
January 11th, Sidney Crosby, Chris Letang, and Evgeny Malkin played their first game of the season as a trio because they had hella injuries to start the year.
Yeah.
Which set an NHL record for most seasons as a trio in the NHL with 16 seasons they have played together.
Wow. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep. Chris Letang and Evgeny Malkin were both free agents this summer, and they both re-signed with the Penguins, so they will keep that going.
Yeah, I can't see Malkin anywhere else.
That was going to be weird if either of them had re-signed anywhere else.
Yeah.
Also, January 11th, 2022, we have a moment made only for Kodak with the Florida Panthers.
Oh, God!
Kodak Black
forgot about this!
attended a Florida Panthers game in a totally normal manner.
He was doing it.
In a box.
And he got caught on camera.
That may have been the highlight of the season that I totally forgot about.
So did I.
Kodak Black.
Oh, Kodak Black.
At the Florida Panthers game.
Just doing it. Hitting it from the back.
He said he was just dancing.
No, he was not.
Was just dancing.
Nah, dude. He was hitting it from the back.
January 17th, 2022. Timo Meier of the San Jose Sharks scored 5 goals in one game. The 47th player to do so. 5 goals.
5 goals in one game?
In one game.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. January 18th.
Like, do you just keep throwing hats at that point? Like, if you didn't throw it for the hat trick, do you just be like, well, now I gotta?
Do you start cutting your hair? Like, here, it's a hair trick.
Like at the fifth goal, what do you do? Do you take off your shirt?
Panties?
Like something. Like
socks?
You gotta keep
shoes?
You gotta throw something, man.
You gotta keep showering them.
Yeah.
It's like rock star treatment up there. Get
bras
thrown
bras, yeah.
January 18th, 2022, the NHL and NHLPA agree to no longer test asymptomatic players and staff after the All-Star break.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, January 18th, 2022, we get the biggest question of the season.
What's that?
Why is Leon Draisaitl so pissy?
I forgot about this. I absolutely forgot.
Jim Matheson poses that question. Leon, why are you so pissy?
Why are you so pissy?
I'm not. January 18th, 2022.
Are we still in January?
We're still in January.
God damn.
All right, January 25th, 2022. Keith Yandel of the Philadelphia Flyers set the Iron Man record with 965 consecutive games played.
Holy Jesus. Does that include playoffs?
No.
Okay.
Regular season.
Regular season. Iron Man. 960 what?
5.
Fuck. Mm-hmm. That's so many games. Do you realize?
How? With all of the COVID shit going on, he was never on protocol.
Never.
They didn't test that man. You kidding me? Test him or Phil Kessel.
Injuries? No?
No.
None. Just playing.
Phil Kessel had a baby this season.
Oh, yeah.
He played one shift for the Arizona Coyotes to keep his streak alive, and then he left to go be there for the birth of his child. What a fucking legend.
Yeah.
I fucking love Phil
rock
Kessel.
star legend, man, dude.
Fucking love that guy.
Oh my God, yes.
And people were like, why was he even there? Why wouldn't you be there? You know how much that kid is going to love that
Do you
shit?
understand?
Do you know how much that kid is going to love that shit when he grows up?
Oh my God.
My dad played in an NHL game the night I was born
For one shift.
and left to come see me.
Yes.
Because he's Phil fucking Kessel.
I literally have goosebumps right now. Like, that's amazing.
Fucking love Phil.
So cool.
Something uncool. January 27th, 2022. The Edmonton Oilers, typically uncool, sign Evander Kane.
Fuck. Yeah. They did do that.
And they re-signed him in the offseason.
They sure did.
Also, on January 27th, 2022, a much cooler occurrence. Quentin Byfield scores his first NHL goal for the Los Angeles Kings against the New York Islanders.
Who is this?
Quentin Byfield.
Okay.
Second overall pick for the LA Kings.
Gotcha.
Also, on January 27th, for the LA Kings, Drew Doughty played his 1,000th NHL game.
Old fuck.
And then we went to the All-Star break, where Trevor Zegras scored the sickest ever breakaway challenge goal, blindfolded, spinning around.
Yes, dude!
And he put the puck in the net.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that until you just said it.
The sickest fucking goal.
How the fuck? Oh my God, it was so cool. It was so cool.
In the net.
It was so cool.
And then you have Jack Hughes and mini Jack Hughes.
And mini Jack Hughes in a box!
Doing the stick toss into the stand. Synchronized! And they both got their sticks over the glass.
Oh my God,
And then Alex Pietrangelo won because he was the Vegas guy.
You know.
And he didn't even put the puck in the net.
No.
But, you know.
It's fine.
Totally fine. The house always wins.
Yep.
We get it. Ha ha.
Yep.
Bad joke.
All-Star game. It was great.
Yep.
It was great.
And then I have on here that Jacqueline goes to LTIR, and I have that on this list so we know what happens after that.
Okay.
So,
can we take a break so I can pee?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Let's fucking do it.
And we are back.
All right. I went on LTIR.
You went on LTIR. And then February 7th, 2022, the Canadian women in the Olympics playing hockey wore N95 masks during the game versus Russia because Russia's tests did not come back before the game.
Holy shit.
So, anybody complaining about wearing masks?
Hockey with the mask on?
All game.
Wow.
Russia took their masks off like halfway through the game. But the Canadian women kept them on the entire game.
Badass bitches.
And they won.
There you go.
February 8th, 2022, Trey Fix-Wolanski made his NHL debut for the Columbus Blue Jackets and scored his first NHL goal.
We love a debut goal.
Of course it's Trey Fix-Wolanski, because that's just what he does. February 8th, 2022, Tuukka Rask announces his retirement.
Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My voice just cracked. But
That's how crazy that shit was.
Crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
February 9th, 2022. The Montreal Canadiens fire Dominic Ducharme and name Martin St. Louis as their interim head coach.
Okay.
And that is when Cole Caulfield's season turned right around.
Whoop.
Yep.
Called him back up?
Yep.
All right.
And he started taking off.
Well.
February 10th, 2022. The Vancouver Canucks hired Cami Granado as assistant general manager. Previously, she was the first female scout in the NHL for the Seattle Kraken.
Oh, love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
February 10th, 2022 as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Edmonton Oilers fire Dave Tippett as their head coach and name Jay Woodcroft as interim head coach. That made the stat that Connor McDavid has played for 4 coaches in 7 years.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Yikes.
February 13th.
Damn, nothing on your birthday?
Nothing on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. I think the Blackhawks may have played.
Played?
I don't remember how it went. They probably lost.
It's fine. It's fine.
February 13th.
We don't pay attention to birthday
2022.
games.
Alexander Ovechkin.
All right, Ovi, what'd you do?
60th point of the season,
God damn.
which made him second all-time in points on Super Bowl Sunday with 19. 12 goals and 7 assists on the day of the Super Bowl throughout his career.
Jesus Lord.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a fun stat.
Yeah,
Second
I'd say.
in points on Super Bowl Sunday.
Wow.
February 15th, Sidney Crosby scores his 500th NHL goal against none other but the Philadelphia Flyers.
Of course.
Just
Had to be the
make it
Flyers.
perfect. February 17th, 2022, Everett Fitzhugh and JT Brown became the first all-black broadcasting booth in the NHL.
Hell yeah.
Calling the Seattle versus Winnipeg game.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
Let's get more of that.
JT does a great job on the broadcast for
Absolutely.
Seattle.
I've seen him, yeah. It's great.
February 24th, 2022, Zdeno Chara played his 1,652nd NHL game, becoming the all-time games played leader by a defenseman passing Chris Chelios.
Wow.
Madness.
Wow.
Oh, Chara. Big Z.
Jesus. He is a big boy.
March 1st. We are in March now. Jack Johnson played his 1,000th NHL game.
Old fuck.
Old fuck. March 4th, 2022, against the Winnipeg Jets, Joe Pavelski scored his 900th career point.
Yes.
March 5th, 2022, Wayne Simmons, the Wayne Train, played his 1,000th NHL game.
Damn. Is he still?
With Toronto?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
That same night, March 5th, Mark Giordano, still with the Seattle Kraken at the time, not yet traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs,
right.
also played his 1,000th game.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. March 8th, 2022, Alexander Ovechkin
Ovi.
and Nicholas Backstrom played their 1,000th game together.
Holy shit!
The 9th pair in the NHL to do so.
Wow.
1,000 games together.
That's so many games. I don't think you realize it's an 82 game season.
Those two have done some damage.
Yeah, I'd say so.
March 9th, 2022, Nicholas Backstrom scored his 1,000th point.
Old fuck.
March 10th, 2022, Craig Anderson recorded his 300th win.
Good for him.
As a part of the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah. Is he still?
Mm-hmm. He re-signed with Buffalo.
Wow.
I was hoping that
I did see that.
Yeah, I wanted him to sign with Chicago. Because he's from here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to play out the rest of his career.
Right.
We just need somebody in net.
Somebody. Well, we'll get to that.
It wasn't him. March 11th, 2022, Jordan Spence 2004, the LA Kings became the first skater with Japanese citizenship and first Australian-born player to play in the NHL.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Wow.
March 12th, 2022, Mark Stahl played his 1,000th game, joining his brothers Eric and Jordan as the first trio of brothers in the NHL to each reach 1,000 games. That's
amazing. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that so much.
March 15th, Nick Foligno played his 1,000th NHL game.
Damn, man.
Making him and his father, Mike Foligno, the second ever father-son duo to each reach that mark after Bobby Hall and Brett Hall.
Damn. That's so crazy.
Isn't it?
Father-son.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That same day, Anton Hudobin had hip labral surgery. Recovery time of 6 months.
Oh, and that's March, so April, May, June, July, August, September. He should be ready for camp.
If he comes back.
Yeah.
March 17th, 2022. Claude Giroux plays his 1,000th game.
Man.
For the Philadelphia Flyers before being traded.
Yes.
March 18th, 2022. Aaron Ekblad set a Florida Panthers franchise record for most points by a defenseman with 291 points.
All right. Shit, get it, Aaron.
Mm-hmm. March 19th, 2022, Igor Shesterkin set the record for fewest games to reach 30 wins in Rangers history in 41 games played. Henrik Lundqvist did it in 46.
Wow. I didn't know anything about that one.
Oh, Igor. Fucking great goaltender.
Yeah, apparently, shit.
March 21st, 2022, the Ottawa Senators extend Anton Forsberg.
Oh, Anton.
For 3 years at $2.75 million per season.
Is he good now?
He had a good season for Ottawa.
Okay. Well, shit, if he's good for them.
Good for us.
No.
But, good for him.
Good for him.
March 22nd, 2022, the trade deadline. The Vegas Golden Knights absolutely botch the Evgeny Dadonov trade to Anaheim. They tried to trade him to the Anaheim Ducks.
Uh-huh.
But he was traded from the Ottawa Senators to Vegas. And he had a no move clause or a no trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegas just didn't check to see if that was a thing. And so they tried to trade him to Anaheim. Anaheim was on his no trade list.
Uh-huh.
So the NHL shot it down. But there was no time for them to trade him since the trade deadline was up.
Uh-huh.
So he had to stay with the Vegas Golden Knights.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds wrong, dude. Like, what? How do you just not check for that?
Because it's Vegas.
I guess you've had 4 seasons now to get your shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check for that shit because it's kind of important. Mm-hmm. Hello. Mm-hmm. I'm confused.
Then he went on to score a game-winning goal against the Blackhawks.
Of course he did.
The trade deadline.
We don't need to talk about that.
March 23rd, 2022. The Hershey Bears of the American Hockey League hit 2,999 wins in franchise history.
Ooh.
The only other teams with more wins are the Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Detroit Red Wings, all original 6 teams in the NHL.
Yeah, and this is an AHL team? Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. They've been around for a long time.
Apparently, they must have hit 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say, you can't just lose the rest of your games.
Just lose out. We're not going to hit 3,000 ever.
Nope. Just 2,999. Stick with it.
Oh, God. March 31st, 2022, Jonathan Huberdeau of the Florida Panthers recorded his 71st assist of the season, becoming the all-time single-season leader in assists by a left winger.
Wow.
Yep.
71
assists.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of assists.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. April 2nd, 2022. Mike Yeo coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, scratches Keith Yandle. His consecutive game streak ends at 989 games.
Oh, that's just evil. How do you do that to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yep. They said they wanted to play the younger kids.
I get it, but...
Yep. It's not like Philly was playing for anything. They were out of the playoffs. Just let him hit 1,000.
Wow.
He needed 11 games.
That's fucked up. I'm sorry. That's fucked. Mm-hmm. Mike Yao can fuck himself for that.
He took it very well.
Yandle did?
Yep.
I would have been throwing a fit.
Yeah, well, hockey players.
I guess.
But yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. The
longest active streak currently belongs to Phil Kessel.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. April 5th, 2022, Ryan Getzlaf announces he will be retiring at the end of the season. April 12th, 2022, our favorite Ryan Hartman is fined $4,250 for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, what do you do now?
He was getting in a kerfuffle
as he does.
Evander Kane.
Oh, of course.
The officials didn't let them fight. They were skating them away from each other. Mm-hmm. Hartman decides to give him the finger on the ice. He is fined for it. After the game, he says that a fine will be well worth it.
Well worth it.
And then his Venmo account gets posted to Twitter. Fans decide they're going to help him pay this fine.
Like he fucking needs it.
Everybody fucking hates Evander Kane.
Yeah.
He announces that he is going to donate all of the money to Children's Minnesota, which is a pediatric healthcare system.
That is amazing. Good for him. That whole story is just, I love it.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
I love it and everything about it.
So much. Oh, it's great. April 20th, 2022. Alex Ovechkin is blazing. He scores his 50th goal of the season. He is the third player to do so 9 times, tying Wayne Gretzky and Mike Bossy for having the most 50-goal seasons in NHL history and became the oldest player to hit 50 goals at 36 years and 215 days.
Wait, he's only 36 years old?
Yep.
Why did I think he was in his 40s or some shit?
No.
Wow. Dude just won't stop.
He's coming for Gretzky, man.
He's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it. April 10th, 2022. Not 10th. April 20th, 2022. Andrew Ladd plays his 1,000th NHL game.
You old fuck.
For real. Oh my gosh. April 24th, 2022. Perhaps one of the best days of the NHL season. Timo Meier scores in the final second against the Vegas Golden Knights, tying the game, sending it to overtime, sending it to the shootout, where Thomas Bordeleau would win the game for the Sharks in the shootout, ending an 11-game losing streak and making Vegas's playoff hopes dwindle to nearly nothing.
I love it. I love everything about it.
After he had called it one of the biggest games of the year and said they wanted to play spoiler to Vegas's playoff hopes.
I love it.
Whew.
Yes. Yes.
You can't write it better than that.
You really can't.
Less than a second. Oh.
Think about that.
The only bad thing about it was Logan Thompson being in net for Vegas, and he just looked crushed. Oh. It's not your fault.
It's not.
I hate the organization and some of your other players, but baby goalie, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Don't worry about it.
But it was still wonderful. April 24th, 2022. The Washington Capitals hit 100 points on the season. That marked the first time in NHL history that all 8 playoff teams in one conference have at least 100 points.
Holy shit. That's a good conference.
The East was killing it.
Apparently.
And then the cup went west. Heading down to the AHL for just a moment, Andrew Podorowski became the first American Hockey League skater to hit 100 points since the 2009-2010 season. Unfortunately, it was for the Chicago Wolves, and he did it in a game against the Ice Hogs.
Of fucking course he did. I don't have anything to say about that.
Yep. And then Samuel Morin announces his retirement at 27 years old. He is forced to retire due to knee injuries.
Is that the same Morin that played for the Ice? Okay, I didn't think so.
Nope.
It's like, that sounds like a different name.
Yep. So now we will move to the Leafs.
The Leafs!
Ilya Mikheyev broke his thumb at the beginning of the year. He was out for 8 weeks.
He was, Mr. Soup.
I forgot that happened.
I did too.
Totally forgot.
Did he? I feel like he came back early. Like,
he may have.
Wasn't he doing really well and then he decided... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Possibly.
I could be making that up. I don't know.
During the season, the Maple Leafs extended Morgan Riley, which was a big question if they're going to keep him and extend him or let him move on. 8 years, $7.5 million per season. That
Go Mo.
Quite a good contract.
Go Mo.
For Morgan Riley.
Hell yeah.
November 28th, 2021, Jason Spezza reaches 1,200 NHL games.
That's a lot of games.
January 1st, 2022, John Tavares hit 900 career games.
Only 900?
Only 900.
Only 900.
February 1st, 2022, Austin Matthews became the first Leafs player to begin his career with 6 consecutive 50-point seasons, tied with 6 other Leafs for 5th on that list, with most consecutive 50-point seasons all time behind Mats Sundin, Daryl Sittler, Rick Vive, and Borje Salming.
Yeah, but he's washed.
Totally. Austin Matthews sucks.
Matthews.
And then it was announced that Toronto Maple Leafs prospect Rodion Amirov was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Oh, fuck.
He started the season in the KHL. He got injured, and while in recovery, he was diagnosed.
Damn.
As far as I've heard, he's doing fairly well, but of course, we always wish him the best on his recovery.
Definitely.
February 26th, 2022, Michael Bunting, first 4-point game of his career, 1 goal, 3 assists. First Leafs rookie to score 4 points on the road since Austin Matthews' NHL debut in 2016.
Oh, man, I remember that goal. I remember that game.
4 goals against
Ottawa. Yep.
Hit him with the 4.
Hit him with the 4.
That same game, February 26th, Mitch Marner, first 6-point game
God damn.
of his career, because that February 26th game was the 10-7 game against the Detroit Red Wings, the game where the Toronto Maple Leafs were up 7-2 at the beginning of the third.
This is period. One of the games that I think I got to watch.
Oh my god, I wasn't watching it when it was on, and I kept seeing this shit happen on Twitter. I was like, what is happening? So then I tuned in, and Toronto won. Hi. March 1st, 2022, the Arizona Coyotes claim Harry Sateri off of waivers from the Toronto Maple Leafs, the goaltender that they had signed out of Finland after he played in the Olympics, but having to enter waivers to come into the NHL since he signed from a foreign league. The Coyotes thought it would be hilarious to just steal him from the Toronto Maple Leafs. All of these teams had all season they could have signed Harry Sateri, but no, the Leafs do it. He has to enter waivers to come over, and the Coyotes claim him.
Well,
April 7th, 2022, Austin Matthews scored his 56th goal of the season, a new single-season record for goals by a U.S.-born player.
That boy.
April 26th, 2022, Austin Matthews scores his 60th goal of the season, the 40th player to do so, the first U.S.-born player to do so.
Wow.
And then on May 29th, 2022, it is announced that Jason Spezza will join the front office as special assistant to the GM and retire from his playing career.
Makes sense.
Now for the Blackhawks.
Oh, boy. Do I want this?
Are you ready?
I don't think I am!
to open the season against the Colorado Avalanche. The Chicago Blackhawks were scored on 3 times in the first 10 minutes of the season opener.
You know, it just be like that sometimes.
Oh, man. October 24th, 2021, a game against the Detroit Red Wings. The Chicago Blackhawks set the record for longest streak to start the season without holding a lead at 360 minutes and 57 seconds. They had an 0-5-1 record, and to dig the dagger in deeper, their 535 game sellout streak ended that night.
Man, that hurts.
A few days later, Stan Bowman resigns. But October 29th, 2021, Isaac Phillips makes his NHL debut in a 6-3 loss to the Carolina.
That's fine. We don't talk about the ending, but he was there.
He was. And the Blackhawks went winless in the month of October.
Happy birthday, me.
November 1st, 2021, the Blackhawks get their first win of the season, a 5-1 win over the Ottawa Senators. That same night, Patrick Kane passed Steve Larmer for 3rd all-time on the Blackhawks goals list with his 406th, 407th, and 408th goals, his 7th career hat trick after missing 4 games on COVID protocol.
Wow.
Oh,
wowzers.
November 17th, 2021, against the Seattle Kraken, Seth Jones scores his 300th career point.
Good for him.
December 7th, 2021, against the New York Rangers, Marc-Andre Fleury, goalie for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yes, he was.
Recorded his 900th NHL game.
Wow. That's a lot of games. That's so many games. Especially for a goalie. That's a lot of games.
Yep. A few nights before that, December 2nd, 2021, Josiah Slavin made his NHL debut in a 4-3 shootout win over the Washington Capitals. Going back to Marc-Andre Fleury, December 9th, 2022, he did not get his 500th win.
No, that hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
So, December 9th, 2022?
Or, I'm sorry, 2021. He did not get his 500th win in his 900th game, but the game after it, they played the Montreal Canadiens.
So close.
Got a 2-0 shutout, 30 shots. His 69th very nice career shutout.
Nice.
The 3rd goaltender in NHL history to hit that 500th win mark, only behind Martin Brodeur and Patrick Roy.
God damn. Damn. That's a fucking milestone. Wow.
For the Blackhawks.
Yep.
He was a goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks.
He was.
We got him
for nothing.
Michael Hakkarainen.
But then we sent him back, didn't we? Or we did
Vegas
something.
bought him out.
Yeah.
we got him for
nothing.
Literally nothing.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
December 16th, 2021. Patrick Kane hit 700 career assists.
Jesus.
December 17th, 2021, down in the American Hockey League, Colin Delia scored a goal.
I love goalie goals!
For the Rockford Ice Hogs against the Texas Stars.
Oh, fuck the Stars, too. Hell yeah.
Yep. And then, just in the middle of the season, casually, Connor Murphy and Caleb Jones had their cars stolen while they were out to dinner.
What?
Their cars were stolen.
Did they get them back?
I don't know. They had them being parked like valet.
Okay.
And the valet person
was just
robbed.
like, all right, this is me.
They were robbed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's unfortunate. What the fuck? That's so random.
Yeah. Also, like a week after the Toronto Maple Leafs were eliminated from the playoffs, Mitch Marner was carjacked.
What?
Yep.
Not little Mitchie.
Little Mitchie. He wasn't hurt. Nobody he was with was hurt, but carjacked.
Jesus.
Bad week for Mitch Marner.
Clearly.
But January 1st, 2022, Arvid Soderblom made his NHL debut in a 6-1 loss against the Nashville Predators.
Ow.
January 5th, 2022, the Blackhawks trade Alex Nylander to Pittsburgh for Sam Lafferty. A trade that was very meh at the time, but Sam Lafferty ended up being a good addition to the Blackhawks team. Yeah. And he signed an extension, so he's still here.
Okay.
January 7th, 2022, Brandon Peary signed a professional tryout with the Ice Hogs. That same day, January 7th, 2022, the Rockford Ice Hogs beat the Chicago Wolves 8-0.
Did Peary score that game?
Oh, yeah.
No, of course he did.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he did. That's what he does.
Of course he did.
That's what he does. Yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
It is. It's poetry.
It is. January 11th, 2022, in a 4-2 win against the Columbus Blue Jackets, Jakob Galvis makes his NHL debut.
Okay.
January 13th, 2022, in a 3-2 overtime win against the Montreal Canadiens, Lucas Reichel makes his NHL debut.
Why are they rushing all of these kids?
But they sent him back down. They just wanted them to get a taste of the NHL, but they didn't keep them here.
All right, good.
So it's okay.
It's okay.
They wanted to reward them for playing very well in Rockford.
Great.
And then they sent them back down.
Okay.
I approve.
All right.
January 26th, 2022, in an 8-5 win over the Detroit Red Wings, Dylan Strome scored his first NHL hat trick.
Hell yeah.
And then because Stan Bowman had left and the Blackhawks were searching for their full-time GM after Kyle Davidson was named interim, they formed a group of advisors for their GM search consisting of Marian Hossa, Eddie Olczyk, and Patrick Sharp.
All right.
Totally forgot that happened.
Yeah, me too.
As well as Peter Chiarelli being interviewed for the position of GM.
Oh, God, why would they ever? Why? What? Why? No. What? No.
Like, I understand due diligence.
No.
But.
No. No.
Could you?
No. Absolutely not.
February 2nd, 2022 was the Blackhawks Town Hall.
Is that okay? February 2nd is the day that I went inpatient.
Oh, that was the day?
The day.
Which
is why when I got out on the 4th or the 5th, no, because I had one day between residential. So I must have got out on the 4th. I texted you and I was like, what did he do to embarrass?
Right, and I was like, don't watch it.
What did he do to embarrass himself? What did he do? And then I watched it and
I told you not to watch it.
I know you told me not to, but I couldn't not because, you know.
That night, friend of the show, Beth, at Wonder Beffers, I believe, on Twitter, she and I got pretty drunk on some wine and recorded an episode. It's a great one. We've got many compliments on it. So if you don't know what happened at the Blackhawks Town Hall, go check that out from February 2nd.
I'm not there.
What?
I'm not there.
No, you are not in that one. John
I'm in the
and
hospital.
I also recorded an episode that night. He was at work. I was like, John, where are you? John,
I need you.
And he came over after work. And we also recorded an episode that was the night that the Duncan Keith hats jumped off of my door and attacked me. So you know how my hats are hanging up there, right?
So many hats.
John and I were sitting at the table, how it used to be set up.
Yeah.
And just in the middle of it, the 3 hats at the top, my Keith relief hats, they just fall off and, like, scared the shit out of me.
I can imagine.
It was pretty funny, the clip from it, but yeah, that was quite the night. Whew. February 10th, 2022, in the Olympics, Drew Camesso, Blackhawks goaltending prospect, made 29 saves in a shutout in his first Olympic game against China.
Hell yeah.
February 20th, 2022, Patty Kane.
Always with the caner.
Records his 720th assist to pass Dennis Savard for second most assists in franchise history. Caleb Jones scored the goal.
Who's the number 1?
It is Stan Mikita.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. February 21st, 2022, Bobby Hull and the Blackhawks part ways. They are reevaluating their ambassador role.
About fucking time.
Yeah, that was the general consensus.
I mean...
February 23rd, 2022, Jujhar Khaira had surgery on his lower back. He was out 10 to 12 weeks and missed the rest of the season. February 25th, 2022, in an 8-5 win over the New Jersey Devils, Patty Kane and Brandon Hagel both get hat tricks.
Hagel, baby.
March 3rd, 2022.
I'm literally tearing up right now.
It really only goes down from here. Duncan Keith returned to the United Center for the first time with the Edmonton Oilers.
All right.
On Nicholas Hjalmarsson Legacy Night. Duncan Keith and Jonathan Taves did the face-off, the ceremonial face-off with Hammer dropping the puck. And
Hammer, I miss you.
Alex DeBrincat scored his 30th goal of the season in overtime to beat Edmonton 4-3.
Courtney, this hurts.
Yep. March 1st, 2022, Kyle Davidson was named the 10th GM in franchise history, which was crazy to me. They've been around since 1926, and he's only the 10th GM?
They've been keeping him. Keeping him around.
Way too long for some of them.
You know.
March 8th, 2022, Patrick Kane had a 6-point night against the Anaheim Ducks. 1 goal, 5 assists. His career high for points in a single game. And Dylan Strome had his second career hat trick in that same game.
Damn. What a game. Patty can turn it on when he wants to. When he wants to.
Yeah. Who's going to help him this season?
It's a really good question. Such a good question.
March 9th, 2022, the Blackhawks bring back Norm MacIver as assistant GM.
Who?
Norm MacIver.
Norm MacIver.
He was with the Blackhawks for, like, their golden era, but it was said that he always clashed with Bowman and the higher-ups.
Okay, but now they're gone, so they brought him back.
Yeah,
gotcha.
They brought him back. And when I first read on the Twitter machine that the Blackhawks had brought back Norm MacIver, I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. We are doing this again? Bringing back the same old guys? But then, I took a moment.
Take a breath.
To calm down. And read that he usually went against the brass at the time. So Kyle Davidson is more in line with him. And so they brought him back.
Okay.
And so I'm willing to give him a chance.
Okay.
March 12th, 2022. Patrick Kane scores his 1,154th career point to pass Bobby Hull for second all-time in Blackhawks history, assisting on a Jonathan Taves goal.
Wow. 1154.
Yep.
That's a lot of points, yo.
Second in Blackhawks history. Only
Passing Bobby Hull.
Hull.
God damn.
Yep.
Okay.
March 18th, 2022, the Blackhawks trade Brandon Hagel
to the
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last episode, how I was writing a letter to Courtney and called my mom for the address. And she told me that Hagel had just been traded. And so I wrote on the back of the envelope, Hagel was traded!
I still have it. I'll have to get it and take a picture.
Oh my God, yes.
I was going to lunch with my dad that day, and I was on my way there. Like, before I had left, it was heating up, like, Brandon Hagel's gonna get traded, and I was like, fucking, curse everything.
Yeah.
And then I was on my way, and at a stoplight, because I don't check my phone while I'm driving, at a stoplight, I look down because shit's happening, and I see the words Tampa Bay Lightning, and I'm like, please no, have these insiders be wrong, please. And then by the time I got to lunch with my dad, I walked in, I was like, they fucking traded Brandon Hagel to the Tampa Bay Lightning, everything fucking sucks.
Where'd you go?
The country club. So I had a very tasty meal, at least. I came home. I was on a rampage on Twitter.
Can fucking imagine.
I was very upset, and people were like, well, they got a good return. They got 2 first-round picks and 2 prospects. I was like, I don't give a fucking shit what they got. I don't fucking care what they got. I'm allowed to be upset. Stop fucking telling me I can't be upset, because I'm upset, and I'm allowed to be upset. I understand the trade, and I can be upset about the trade all at the same fucking time. Go away.
Yeah. That.
And then I took a very long bath. And
beautiful.
It was wonderful. And then I ordered Chili's that night for dinner.
Okay.
I got their queso.
As you do. You can't not.
I only got that and the cookie dessert.
Yes. That pan, the cast iron. Oh my God, so good.
And then I got a call that night that somebody died. So it was a great day. Great fucking day for me.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Awesome day.
Awesome day. Great day.
Fucking
Great
Friday.
Fucking Friday.
Lunch with my dad was nice.
At least you had a cookie.
I did. I was very glad. I had gotten it before I got the phone call.
Okay.
So.
Who called you?
Daughter.
Ah.
Yeah. So, moving on from that, March 19th, the very next day, Alex Vlasic made his NHL debut against the Minnesota Wild, and the Blackhawks lost 3-1.
There's that.
2 days later, the Blackhawks traded Marc-Andre Fleury to the Minnesota Wild. Also on trade deadline
For
day. What? Second round pick?
Really?
Third round pick?
Really?
It was conditional, so like if they had made...
Fucking hate conditional shit. I've talked about this before.
It was either the Western Conference Final or the Stanley Cup Final. It would have been a first.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's Marc-Andre Fleury.
But we got him for nothing.
Yeah, but why would we give him away for nothing?
I mean, I don't remember who... Actually, I will tell you. I will pull up Cap Friendly.
Please do.
Right now. That beautiful...
It's probably one of your million tabs.
It's not, actually.
Because how the fuck is it
I know
not?
the logo and that it's not up there. So, players, trades, where is teams? Chicago Blackhawks. Cap Friendly is the best.
Oh, God, such a good resource.
Marc-Andre Fleury. We drafted in the second round, 57th overall, Ryan Green.
Really?
Yep.
That's what we got for Fleury?
Ryan Green. 57th overall.
I don't know anything about this man, but...
He is an 18-year-old center. He's 6'1". He's from...
Canada.
How many places can you be born in? Paradise, Newfoundland, and Labrador.
What do you mean, and Labrador?
How can you be
two
born
different
in two places? He plays in the USHL for the Green Bay Gamblers. He had 19 goals, 32 assists for 51 points in 59 games.
That's great. All right, that's great. Mm-hmm. But Marc-Andre Fleury, though?
Yes.
Just hand him off like that?
Yes.
I don't get it. I will never understand.
I forgot that we sent 2 4th-round picks to Tampa along with Brandon Hagel.
Yeah, we did. Huh. I knew that.
I blocked that part out. All I saw was Brandon Hagel I remember that day so clearly because it was so fucking bad, you know?
Yeah.
Just those days that are so bad.
Yeah.
You remember it was cloudy outside. I was like, oh, it's cloudy. This is a nice day. Wasn't.
I just remember that day because that was when I wrote you the letter.
Mm-hmm.
That was the letter writing day.
It did give me a chuckle when I got said letter, though, and saw that on the back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I was like, oh, fuck.
Fuck, that did happen. Oh, fuck.
Like, I wanted to call you, but I also didn't at the same time. Like, I don't want to tell you this happened.
Please call me.
No, because I didn't want to think about it. Bad. Also,
bad.
on trade deadline day, the Kyles were feuding. That being Kyle Davidson, the Blackhawks GM, and Kyle Dubas, the Maple Leafs GM.
Oh, shit. What were
Did
they
you not hear about
No,
this?
what was they beefing about?
The Kyles. So it was...
I have no clue what you're talking about right now.
There was a rumor that the Toronto Maple Leafs were interested in getting Marc-Andre Fleury and Brandon Hagel.
Again, who wouldn't be?
Right. So this got leaked, and Mr. Dubas got very mad about that and called out Kyle Davidson, saying, like, it came from the Chicago side, blah, blah, blah. And he was kind of throwing a little bitch fit about it. Because
Dubas is usually pretty even keel.
Yeah, but I don't know, it was a big old bitch fit because, you know, they didn't get Fleury. Well, and since they didn't get a goaltender, like, that makes him look bad. Like, do you not believe in Jack Campbell and Peter Mazarek? I know it's Mrazek, please.
please don't. Just like I know exactly who Andrei Vasilevsky is.
So he was saying all that, and then Davidson was like, I heard what Dubas said. That's something I will take up with him in private, blah, blah, blah. So it was a whole ordeal. And then they had, like, the GM meetings that come around every year. And apparently Mr. Davidson stood up and was like, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. Me and the other Kyle have settled it. I just want to get that out in the open and clear all of this up. So the Kyles were feuding.
Wow. I didn't know Dubas was a feuder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bitch fit Dubas?
Bitch fit Dubas.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, you little... Like, I like Kyle Dubas
so do
as
I.
GM of the Maple Leafs, but I was like, Kyle, fucking seriously? Like, calm down.
Chill.
A trade that didn't happen got leaked. So fucking what?
Who cares?
Anybody would inquire about Brandon Hagel and Marc-Andre Fleury.
It's pretty clear.
Anybody. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway... So the Kyles were feuding, but obviously they made up because now the Blackhawks have Peter Mazarek.
Well,
so.
you know.
March 26th, 2022. Down in the American Hockey League, Mitch Gillum was called up from the ECHL Indy Fuel to play in net for the Rockford IceHogs. It was his first Mitch Gillum.
Okay.
ECHL career guy.
Yeah.
It was his first AHL start, his first AHL win, and his first American Hockey League shutout. They won that game 4-0 against the Manitoba Isum.
Oh, the Isum.
And then he got sent back down, and that was his one career game.
Well, thank you, Mr.
Such a good
Gillum.
feeling. Yes. I forget why he was called up. I think maybe Soderblom was up with the Blackhawks, or they were both injured. Something. I don't know. But he was called up to play and got that. So
there you go.
Yep.
Good job. Yeah. Mitch.
Yeah, it was a nice time. March 31st, 2022, Jonathan Toews, captain of the Chicago Blackhawks, played his 1,000th game.
Old fuck.
369th player to hit that mark. Hit that mark. April 7th, 2022.
Oh, he did?
Marian Hossa signed a 1-day contract to retire as a Blackhawk.
I did not know this.
They also announced they will be retiring his number.
Hell yeah.
And the Blackhawks lost that game 2-0 to Seattle.
We don't care about that part. We don't need to talk about that.
Yep. But I forget if it was at Taves' 1,000th game or if it was at the Marian Hossa game. But Corey was there at the United Center. It was just so lovely to see him again. just up in the box. And for the ceremony for Taves' 1000th game, they had all of his assistant captains that had played with him come out onto the ice. So Patrick Sharp and whoever the fuck else, I can't even think anymore. Siebes was there, Sharpie was there, Hossa was there. So they were all there, and they came out onto the ice for the ceremony, and oh my god, the emotions!
I'm gonna cry right now.
The fucking emotions. Just after all the shit that went on with this team last season, but then just to see them all out there, and I'm like, I love you so much, and this is why I can't fucking quit you, because I love you too much. But Corey was back at the United Center, and there was a, after Hammer's Legacy Night, he did an interview with the Blackhawks Talk podcast, and they were just talking, and I think it was with Pat Boyle, but he asked, like, which former teammates does he still keep in touch with, and he mentioned that he still keeps in touch with Corey, and he's just living, like, his best retired life in the Chicago suburbs, just being a dad. I know! I know. I know. My emotions were not okay.
My emotions are not okay right now.
He's just living his best life, being a dad in the suburbs.
Corey?
Sure. Yep.
He's got 2 kids.
They're so fucking cute. Oh my god. And him and his wife are so cute. And, Anyway. April 10th, 2022. Back down in the American Hockey League, Arvid Soderblom recorded his 18th win of the season, becoming the winningest Ice Hogs rookie goaltender in franchise history, passing Colin Delia and Alec Richards.
Wow.
Yep.
Passed up Colin, huh?
Yep. It's crazy. Are you grabbing his head? Colin!
Colin.
We will talk about in just a moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, April 14th, 2022, against the San Jose Sharks, the Blackhawks won that game 5-4 in the shootout, and it was Pat Foley's last game on the call.
Oh, shit.
He got to call his final Blackhawks game, his final Hawks win at the end of the game.
Oh my god, the emotions. Oh my god, the emotions.
And then they did a big old toast. Eddie and Pat both had a glass of beer at the end, and they toasted, and they drank it, and off into the sunset. They both rode, apparently.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Like, we all knew it was time for him to move on, but still.
Yeah.
He was the voice of an entire
era
of Blackhawks hockey.
Absolutely.
Like, 2 generations of Blackhawks hockey. And, oh
my god.
Nobody's ever going to call it like him.
No.
I do like Chris Vosters. I think he's going to do a good job, but nobody's going to replace Pat Foley.
Absolutely not.
April 16th, 2022, Lucas Reichel records his first NHL point against the Nashville Predators on a Dominic Kubalik goal.
Oh, Coobs.
April 18th, 2022, Alec Regula scores his first NHL goal in a 5-2 loss against the Calgary Flames. April 20th, 2022, Alex Vlasic scores his first NHL goal in a 4-3 overtime win against the Arizona Coyotes.
Okay.
April 27th, 2022, the Blackhawks win 4-3 in a 7-round shootout with Kevin Lankinen stopping all 7 shooters to eliminate the Vegas Golden Knights from the 2022 Stanley Cup
Holy
playoffs.
shit! That's so cool! Oh my god! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And then back down to the AHL, the Chicago Wolves beat the Ice Hogs in the final game of the season to clinch the #1 seed in the American Hockey League. Yeah. And then the Blackhawks parted ways with assistant coaches Mark Crawford and Rob Cookson.
But that was, like, mutual, right?
Yeah, I mean, they fired him. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this offseason, it's the first official offseason of the rebuild, really.
Yeah.
Eddie Olczyk leaves the Blackhawks broadcast. Okay. He got hired in Seattle.
Good for him.
He's still going to do the national broadcast as well, but that just kind of came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that kind of just like a punch to the chest because you didn't see it coming.
Didn't see that one coming.
No.
Like, we've fully, like, this is going to be a rebuild. It's really going to suck on ice for a while.
Right.
But, like, we bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one just kind of, bah!
It's like, wow.
Blindside.
Okay.
But I'm not really upset about it. Like, everything else is changing, so it just kind of makes sense.
It does make sense. But it's just like, I'm not good with change.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
I'm really not good with change.
And Scotty Bowman is no longer in an advisory role for the Blackhawks.
Probably good.
Yeah. So those were some big milestones throughout the season around the league, for the Leafs, for the Blackhawks. It's certainly not everything that happened this season, but oh my gosh, so much. So now I have the top scorers from this past season, just again, so we can wrap it up. Number 1, Connor McDavid.
Of course.
44 goals, 79 assists, 123 points.
That's insane.
123 fucking points.
Man is also a machine.
Johnny Gaudreau. 40 goals, 75 assists, 115 points.
That's so many.
Jonathan Huberdeau. 30 goals, 85 assists, 115 points. Leon Draisaitl. 55 goals, 55 assists, 110 points. Kirill Kaprizov. 47 goals, 61 assists, 108 points. Austin Matthews, 60 goals, your Rocket Richard winner, 46 assists, 106 points. Steven Stamkos, 42 goals, 64 assists, 106 points.
Is he still playing? I feel like he's like 104 years old.
I know. No? Matthew Tkachuk, 42 goals, 62 assists, 104 points.
Fucking hell.
JT Miller, 32 goals, 67 assists, 99 points. And Mitchell Marner, 35 goals, 62 assists, 97 points.
That's so many.
That is your top 10 for the 21-22 season. And then goaltenders ranked by wins. This is how they are listed on NHL.com. Don't come at me.
Wins.
That
is all.
Number 1, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Who?
A record of 39, 18, and 5. A .916 save percentage and a 2.49 goals against average. Number 2, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Damn.
39.
He really did come
7
back.
and 3.
God damn.
A .913 save percentage and a 2.67 goals against average.
39, 7, and 3?
39, 7, and 3.
Fuck.
UC Saros, number 3. The only reason the Nashville Predators made the playoffs, along with Roman Josi. He was, he was right up there. 38, 25, and 3. A .918 save percentage and a 2.64 goals against average. A runner-up for the Vezina. Another runner-up for the Vezina, Jacob Markstrom. 37, 15, and 9. A .922 save percentage and a 2.22 goals against average. Damn. Number 5, the Stanley Cup winning goaltender, Darcy Kemper. 37, 12, and 4. A .921 save percentage, a 2.54 goals against average. Number 6, your Vezina Trophy winner, Igor Shesterkin. 36, 13, and 4. A .935 save percentage, a 2.07 goals against average.
Damn, dude.
Number 7, Freddie Anderson.
Oh, Freddie.
35, 14, and 3. A .922 save percentage and a 2.17 goals against average, and injured for the playoffs.
Who was he playing for?
Carolina.
That's what I thought.
Number 8, Tristan Jarry for the Pittsburgh Penguins. 34, 18, and 6. A .919 save percentage and a 2.42 goals against average.
Okay.
Number 9, Thatcher Demko for the Vancouver Canucks.
Oh. See, they're the team I always forget.
33, 22, and 7. They really turned their season around once Bruce Boudreau went there to coach. .915 save percentage, 2.72 goals against average. Number 10, Cam Talbot of the Minnesota Wild. 32, 12, and 4. A .911 save percentage, 2.76 goals against average. And because he was up next, number 11, Jack Campbell. 31-9-6.
Damn.
914 save percentage, 2.64 goals against average. And the rookie, coming in number 12, Jake Ottinger for the Dallas Stars. 30-15-1, a 914 save percentage, and a 2.53 goals against average.
All right.
Now,
Now.
some trades.
Ooh.
We have some trades
Spicy.
to announce. So,
Spicy.
some of these we already briefly went over in the last episode, but they're big trades that have happened in the offseason so far. Since we went over the 2021-22 season, now we have the offseason.
Ooh.
The Tampa Bay Lightning traded defenseman Ryan McDonough to the Nashville Predators for Philippe Myers and Grant Mismash.
Mismash.
Yep. The New York Rangers traded Alexander Georgiev to the Colorado Avalanche for a 2022 third and fifth.
Huh.
That's their goalie.
All right.
The Chicago Blackhawks traded Alex DeBrincat to the Ottawa Senators for a 2022 first, second, and a 2024 third round pick.
Still don't understand.
The Montreal Canadiens traded Alexander Romanov and a 2022 fourth to the New York Islanders for a 2022 first round pick, who they then traded to the Chicago Blackhawks for Kirby Dach. Toronto. The Maple Leafs traded Peter Mazarek to the Chicago Blackhawks along with a 2022 first round pick for a second round pick in the same draft. So the Chicago Blackhawks have their goalie. As long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Blues traded goaltender Ville Husso to the Detroit Red Wings for a 2022 third. Ville Husso then signed a 3-year deal at $4.75 million per season.
Wow.
The Washington Capitals, blowing up their entire net, traded Vitek Vanacek and a 2022 second to the New Jersey Devils for a 2022 second and a third.
That's it?
Yep. Carolina traded Tony DeAngelo, his signing rights, and a 2022 seventh to Philadelphia for a fourth round pick this year, a 2023 third, and a fourth round pick in 2024. DeAngelo signed a 2-year deal in Philly for $5 million per season. Yep. The Ottawa Senators traded Matt Murray to the Toronto Maple Leafs with 25% of his salary retained, as well as a 2023 third round pick and a 7th round pick in 2024 for future considerations.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Matt Murray is the goaltender for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
For the Leafs.
Yep. The Minnesota Wild traded Cam Talbot to Ottawa for goaltender Philip Gustafson, who is 24 years old, younger than Cam Talbot. That seems to be a pretty decent deal for Minnesota, since they have Marc-Andre Fleury re-signed.
Well, yeah.
And Cam Talbot didn't want to play second fiddle to him again, so
that's fair, I guess.
Ottawa shipped out Matt Murray and got Cam Talbot. They upgraded as well. I'm very concerned about the Toronto Maple Leafs. But anyway, the San Jose Sharks traded Brent Burns, Lane Peterson to the Carolina Hurricanes for Steven Lorentz, Eetu Makiniemi, and a 2023 third round pick.
I didn't think Burns was ever going to leave San Jose.
Me either. That was a weird one.
That's very weird.
Super weird one. The Ottawa Senators, with a busy-as-fuck offseason, traded Connor Brown, former Toronto Maple Leaf, to the Washington Capitals for a 2024 second-round pick. And then the Vegas Golden Knights traded Max Pacioretty and Dylan Coghlan to the Carolina Hurricanes for future considerations.
I hate that. I hate the future What does that mean?
Basically, they can send them like a nothing prospect and be like, we fulfilled our future considerations.
See, that's bullshit.
Basically, they traded Pacioretty and Coghlan to Carolina for nothing, just to get cap space.
Oh, God. I hate it. I'm sorry, I hate it.
Carolina fucking cleaned up in that deal. You get Max Pacioretty, who could still score at a really good clip. And Dylan Coughlin, a kid on the blue line with a bomb of a shot, who can score on their power play, probably replace Tony DeAngelo, because he can, play defense and not just score points. That is a good fucking deal for Carolina. The New Jersey Devils traded Ty Smith and a 2023 third to Pittsburgh for defenseman John Marino.
Seems a little random, but okay.
Not quite sure how I feel about that. I like Ty Smith, so that kind of upsets me since the Devils are my feel-good team.
Yes, they are.
But, whatever. Gotta go with it. I'm not emotionally invested in that team. That's the whole deal. They're my feel-good team. I'm not going to invest my mental stability in the New Jersey Devils. They are just fun to watch.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
I'm trying so hard.
I don't believe you.
I'm trying
I know
so
you're trying.
hard.
I know you're trying.
I have to deal with the Blackhawks and the Leafs. I cannot do this for a third team. They are just young and fun to watch, and I need it to stay that way.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. The Columbus Blue Jackets traded Oliver Bjorkstrand to Seattle for a 2023 third and fourth round pick, which was basically a cap move because they signed two guys to big contracts, but that was surprising to me.
Yeah.
That's all they could get for him.
Right.
And then the trade of the fucking century, maybe? The wildest, biggest trade of the cap era?
I'd say so.
The Calgary Flames traded Matthew Tkachuk and a 2025 fourth-round pick for Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, Cole Schwindt, and a 2025 lottery-protected first-round pick.
Fucking hell.
So Tkachuk goes to the Florida Panthers, and all of that goes back to the Calgary Flames.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
I don't even know who wins this trade.
No, it's just a lot.
I think it's going to depend on whether Huberdeau signs an extension there, since he's a free agent at the end of this upcoming season, and so is Weegar. But, wow. Wow.
I'd say.
Wow.
Ow.
So, Calgary fans, first you have Johnny Gaudreau just leave as a free agent.
Right.
And then you have Matthew Tkachuk saying, I'm not going to re-sign with you next year, so do something with me. Mm-hmm. And they got that.
Shit.
Jonathan Huberdeau, obviously a very good player, got those 71 assists to set the record for left wingers this season, but, he was playing with Barkov and a very good Florida Panthers team.
Of course.
And Calgary finished...
Which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah. They finished first in their division, but then Gaudreau leaves. Tkachuk leaves. It's going to be interesting.
We will see.
It's going to be interesting. I will say that. And, of course, those were the trades. Now we have signings.
Oh, dear God.
Robert Thomas signed an 8-year extension with the St. Louis Blues for $8.125 million per season. That's a big old deal.
That's a lot of money.
Nick Leddy signed an extension with the St. Louis Blues.
Leddy?
The Nick Leddy. 4 years, $4 million per season, and I don't know if it's going to register in my brain at all this season that Nick Leddy plays for St. Louis, because it didn't all of last season. It didn't all through the playoffs. They'd say Nick Leddy, and I'd be like, oh yeah!
Oh yeah, that guy!
Every single time. Colin Delia signed a 1-year deal with the Vancouver Canucks for $750,000. Following him there was Wyatt Kalnick. 1 year, $750,000 to the Vancouver Canucks, which was it's been a weird offseason for players who have left the Chicago Blackhawks because they've gone in clusters.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get to other ones, but those were two of the first ones who went to Vancouver. So then Louis Domingue, who came in the second overtime for Pittsburgh against the Rangers and took Pittsburgh to Game 7, signs with the New York Rangers for 2 years, $775,000.
I feel like that makes sense.
Claude Giroux.
Yeah.
Signs with the Ottawa Senators.
Yep, the other team I always forget about.
3 years, $6.5 million.
That's a lot
per season.
Okay. He better show up.
I'm sure he will. It's less than I thought he would make.
Yeah.
But like
there were definitely rumors.
They got Alex DeBrincat. They have Claude Giroux.
God damn.
They upgraded in net. How did this suddenly turn around for Ottawa?
I don't know, but I want to see it.
I'm interested.
I want to see it.
Drake Caggiula, former Chicago Blackhawk a few years ago, signed with Pittsburgh 1 year, $750,000. Yeah. Oscar Lindblom, after being bought out by Philly, signs with the San Jose Sharks 2 years, $2.5 million.
Good for him.
Jan Ruda, also former Blackhawk, also 2-time Stanley Cup winner with the Tampa Bay Lightning, signed a 3-year deal with the Pittsburgh Penguins for $2.75 million per season. Nikita Zadorov,
Zeddy,
also former Chicago Blackhawk,
aren't they all?
Re-signed with the Calgary Flames 2 years, $3.75 million.
That's a lot of money.
Bokanji Imama re-signed with the Arizona Coyotes after scoring his first NHL goal this past season. 1 year, $750,000.
So, for Arizona, do the players count as people that can be in the building?
You know, that's a question for Gary Bettman.
I'm sorry.
I feel like the players would take up all of the seats in the arena. Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
Andre Kasha, former Toronto Maple Leaf, kind of upset he left.
Yeah.
Signed with the Carolina Hurricanes 1 year, $1.5 million.
I feel like I can root for Carolina again now, though, because
I sort of can. They still have to, like, re-earn my trust.
Oh, of course, because that was just a bullshit move.
But I'm not all,
yeah,
like,
he was great for them, but fuck him.
He was good offensively. Sucked on defense. But, like...
Well, yeah, but...
I'm not all like, fuck Carolina, but I'm like, okay, Carolina, right. I like Tavo, and I like these players, and, like, if they win, cool. The Chicago Blackhawks signed Max Domi.
Oh, yeah, that one really caught me off guard.
1 year, $3 million.
Completely caught me off guard. I was like, Domi?
Yep.
Really? For Chicago?
Never would have guessed that one. Apparently he wants to play for Luke Richardson.
Yeah, I saw that.
Andreas Athanasiou, 1 year, $3 million. I am actually happy about that
Another one I did not see coming, but I'm not mad about it.
They got somebody who can skate.
That's always good. We need skaters.
Crazy.
We keep giving away our skaters.
Yep. They also signed Luke Philp.
Philp.
Yep. 1 year, $750,000, likely a Rockford move. Brett Seney, likely a Rockford move, 1 year, $750,000. Alex Stalock, there's your backup to Peter Mazarek. 1 year, $750,000. Colin Blackwell, formerly of the Toronto Maple Leafs, formerly of the Seattle Kraken, 2 years, $1.2 million per season. I like that signing.
Yeah, I like it.
Very confused by the offseason for Chicago because I'm like,
oh, it's a lot. It's like, a lot, and it's up and it's down, and it's very, like, where do I feel?
It's on ice things comparing it to last offseason. Just on ice.
Okay.
Players on the team that were signed or whatever. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it like I was last offseason. Like, I understand it. I don't necessarily like it. I don't like trading Alex DeBrincat.
No.
I don't like giving up on Kirby Dach.
No.
I'm more on board with that one only because I want him to go somewhere where people are going to appreciate him.
Yes.
Losing Cat sucks.
Fucking sucks, dude.
But it seems like maybe he will have a better time in Ottawa than he would here, and that I can feel happy-ish about.
I guess, but it still just makes me sad.
It's hard.
So sad.
Darren Helm re-signs in Colorado. 1 year, $1.25 million. I thought maybe he would retire. He's back.
All right.
Ryan Strome signed a 5-year, $5 million per season contract with the Anaheim Ducks.
Okay.
Ilya Lyubushkin, former Toronto Maple Leaf, kind of was surprised when he didn't re-sign in Toronto. Went to Buffalo. 2 years, $7.5 million per season. Been reading too many words. Your favorite, Thomas Greiss.
Oh, I fucking hate his name.
Went to the St. Louis
Of course he did. Of course. Of fucking course he did.
The Nazi signs 1 year, $1.25 million per season. I guess it's only 1 year. So the Nazi signs for $1.25 million this season in St. Louis. He's going to fit in perfectly there with all of their fans who were sending racial hate to Nazem Kadri. Yaroslav Halak signed with the New York Rangers. 1 year, $1.5 million.
Okay.
Adam Gaudette, former Blackhawks, signed with Toronto.
Okay.
1 year, $1.8 million.
No.
Whoops, I was reading the one below it. $750,000. Ilya Samsonov.
That's the one.
With the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1 year, $1.8 million in net. And Eric Gustafsson.
Good old Gussie.
Washington.
Yep. I was right.
One of the first to sign with the Washington Capitals from the Blackhawks. 1 year, $800,000.
Have fun with him.
Dennis Gilbert, former Ice Hog,
Yeah.
signed in Calgary. 2 years, $762,000 per year.
That's a random number.
Dominic Kubalik goes to Detroit. Just like Pius Suter did last offseason when the Blackhawks didn't offer him a qualifying offer.
Right.
He also went to Detroit. 2 years, $2.5 million. Vincent Trocheck goes to the New York Rangers from the Carolina Hurricanes.
Ooh.
7 years, $5.625 million per season.
Okay.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Ilya Mikheyev
Mr. Soupy himself.
signs with the Vancouver Canucks.
I have feelings about the Canucks this coming season.
4 years, $4.75 million per season. What are your feelings toward the Vancouver Canucks?
I don't know. I can't put words to it. I need to see them play.
I have a soft spot for Vancouver now.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I really like Thatcher Demko,
Okay.
the young goalie.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
he's playing very well. So that's always going to get me.
Always.
And then in NHL, the video game, I have Bo Horvat on my team, and he's doing wonderfully for me. And so, got
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Yeah. So, it's just how it goes. Frank Vetrano goes to the Anaheim Ducks from the New York Rangers, just like Ryan Strome did. 3 years, $3.65 million. Nicholas Aube-Kubel goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1 year, $1 million. Oli Mata.
Also a former Blackhawk.
1 year in Detroit, $2.25 million. His money finally came off the cap for the Blackhawks. Eric Chernak, Anthony Cirelli, and Mikhail Sergachev all signed 8-year extensions with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
How does Tampa do these things?
Magic.
Magic. Do the rules apply to them?
Nope.
Because I'm confused.
Magic.
That's a lot of money.
Number one bullshit is how?
It's so much money.
Eric Chernak is at 5.2 per season. Anthony Cirelli, 6.25 million per season. And Mikhail Sergachev, 8.5 per season.
For
8 years. All of them.
8 years.
All
three. Oh, three. 3 of them. How?
Yeah.
I need to see it written out or something because I don't understand.
So for the next 8 seasons.
Fucking hell. I'll be 37.
Seth Jones is making $1 million more than Mikhail Sergachev.
Talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Can we move on?
We could have Anthony Cirelli and like half of Eric Chernak for the next 8 years instead of Seth Jones.
Fucking imagine.
But alas, Seth Jones for the next 8 years is making let's see, 3.3 million dollars more than Anthony Cirelli.
Yep. Yeah.
Who plays better defense than Seth Jones.
Anyway, we need to talk about it.
Ben Sherratt goes to the Detroit Red Wings. 4 years, $4.75 million. Andrew Kopp goes to the Detroit Red Wings. 5 years, $5.625 million. David Perron goes to the Detroit Red Wings. 2 years, $4.75 million. Stevie Weiserman said, "Take my money!"
For real.
Take
Jesus
my money.
Christ. Didn't Eiserman... Didn't something happen? No, like, didn't something... No, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I thought I saw that he wasn't doing things with Detroit anymore.
He's their GM.
I know, but I thought he was not anymore.
Not that I know of.
Okay, maybe I don't know where I get these things.
You made up a goaltender for the Ice Hogs earlier, so
I did do that. I did. I'm
you
fully.
thought Alexis Lafreniere was in net for the
just I don't know what happened. I was stressed out. I was trying to figure out.
No,
we're
Stevie
good.
I's still GM.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't fucking listen to me. My brain goes away.
Jack Campbell.
Yeah, Jack Campbell
goes to Edmonton.
Fucking Edmonton.
5 years, $5 million per season.
All right.
I hate it.
All right.
They have Jack Campbell and Evander Kane. How do you have the biggest golden retriever and the biggest piece of shit on the same team?
I don't know, but I hope Campbell punches him like, what's his face?
Georgiev?
Yeah.
Me too. Andrei Burakovsky goes to Seattle. 5 years, $5.5 million per season.
Wow.
Martin Jones goes to Seattle. 1 year, $2 million. Darcy Kemper goes to Washington. 5 years, $5.25 million.
Who does Colorado have now?
Georgiev.
Is that it?
And Pavel Francouz.
Oh, shit. All right.
I don't know how I feel about this for Washington. Mm-hmm. Giving up on Vanacek and Samsonov to get...
Samsonov, yeah. I wanted him to stay.
But he's with Toronto.
That's true. That's true. It makes up for it a little bit. But
what I saw from Darcy Kemper in the playoffs, and seeing as I was following the Avs and doing all of their games from the second round until the Cup, 5 years. It's
a lot.
I don't. I like Darcy. I do. And he's a very good goaltender. I don't know that he's going to be able to replicate it.
Yeah, for 5 years.
And they had two young goaltenders.
I think they threw it away.
I think they may have.
We'll see.
But maybe he does it again. Maybe he does it.
We'll see.
Johnny Gaudreau goes to Columbus. 7 years, $9.75. We could have Johnny Gaudreau.
Fucking hell!
Instead of Seth Jones.
Why do you do this to me?
Sorry. For one less year, even.
Yeah.
But he chose Columbus. Everybody was thinking New Jersey, maybe Philly.
Yeah, no.
And he said, no, I'm going to Columbus.
Shit, good for him.
I love it.
I also love it. I love Columbus. I like him. I'm ready to see what he can do there.
I really hope this starts an era, and I said it on Twitter when it happened, but I hope it starts an era where good players, great players, choose to go to Columbus and players choose to stay there, because Patrick Laine also chose to re-sign there.
Oh shit, he did, huh?
4 years, yeah.
Huh.
Because it was always looked at as like, people don't want to stay in Columbus.
The fuck is wrong with Columbus?
I don't know.
Was
Cam
it
Atkinson
Torts?
loved it. I don't know. People liked playing for Torts too, and now he's in fucking Philly, so, I mean.
Philly's a mess.
He
Oh,
is not going to like TDA. But yeah, I really hope this is the start of something good for Columbus. Oscar Dansk comes back to the NHL after going overseas.
He was overseas?
Mm-hmm. 1 year, $750,000 in Calgary. Josh Manson re-signs in Colorado. 4 years, $4.5 per season. Arturi Lehkonen re-signs in Colorado. 5 years, $4.5 per season.
Ooh.
Great signing.
Yeah.
Ryan Carpenter, New York Rangers. 1 year, $750,000. Dylan Secura comes back to Chicago.
I did not hear about this.
What?
I did not hear about
You didn't
this
hear
one.
about Sicky coming back?
I don't think I did.
Oh, man.
I know about the next one, but...
$750,000.
Okay, shit.
And then Adam Clendenning back to the Rockford
I am
Ice
happy to have him back. I will welcome
Paul back?
I will welcome him with open arms.
And D. Sicky.
And D.
T. Sicky's a free agent.
Let's fucking get him.
Let's,
Tyler's better than Dylan.
Let's bring it back.
Bring it back.
Henrik Borgstrom, after being bought out by the Chicago Blackhawks, signs with the Washington Capitals. 1 year, $750,000.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan McLaughlin, St. Louis.
Yeah.
1 year, $750,000. That sucks for the Ice Hogs.
Oh God, so does the next one.
That is a big loss. Matthew Highmore.
I didn't see
St.
that.
Louis. 1 year, $750,000.
Why does he gotta do that?
Kevin Lonkinen. 1 year, $1.5 million to the Nashville Predators.
Bury me now. Just throw me in a hole and cover me up.
Bury me anywhere else. I couldn't die in New Jersey.
So I will go die in Nashville.
Dylan Strome.
Oh, fuck.
Washington. 1 year, $3.5 million. Andre Palat goes from the Tampa Bay Lightning to the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, here we go.
5 years, $6 million per season. I fucking love it.
All right.
I love it.
Let's go.
I love it. I was a big fan of Palat until I started hating Tampa, and now he's on my feel-good team. I am fucking here for
it. Let's go.
Josh Norris signs a big fucking extension with Ottawa.
Woo.
8 years, $7.95 million per season.
Wow.
Calle Yarncroc signs with the Toronto Maple Leafs. 4 years, $2.1 million per season. That came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, what?
But I have questions. Why would you go out and sign Calle Yarncroc and not re-sign Ondrej Kase?
That's a very good idea.
Unless Kase really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
But he was very good for the Leafs this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I question that. Vitek Vanacek, after being traded by the Washington Capitals to New Jersey, signs for 3 years at $3.4 million per season. They are going to run Mackenzie Blackwood and Vitek Vanacek. They finally have a fucking goaltending tandem in net, as long as Blackwood can stay healthy, as long as Vanacek can stay healthy. I like it.
Okay.
Kasperi Kapanen.
Hey.
Signs an extension with the Pittsburgh Penguins. 2 years, $3.2 million per season. Nino Niederreiter goes from the Carolina Hurricanes to the Nashville Predators, the team that Carolina beat 2 years ago in the playoffs. 2 years, $4 million. Patrick Laine, as we had talked about, 4 years, $8.7 million.
Woo!
Per season.
That is some money.
Pierre-Luc Dubois re-signed with Winnipeg, 1 year, $6 million.
Okay.
Matthew Tkachuk signed
Signed
the extension with Calgary for 8 years at 9.5 before being traded to Florida. Michael Kempney, former Chicago Blackhawk, signs with the Seattle Kraken, 1 year, $750,000. Buddy Robinson comes to Chicago.
Yeah, dude.
1 year, $750,000. Jesse Puljujarvi re-signs with Edmonton, 1 year, $3 million. Jonas Siegenthaler re-signs with the Devils, 5 years, $3.4 million per season.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
Okay.
Pretty good. Ryan Donato re-signs with the Seattle Kraken 1 year, $1.2 million per season. Capo Caco re-signs with the Rangers 2 years, $2.1 million per season to play alongside Alexis Lafreniere. And Ethan Bear re-signs in Carolina 1 year, $2.2 million. There are some interesting remaining free agents.
Yeah. Do you have another battery or?
I do. I've been watching it.
Okay.
PK Subban. Phil Kessel. Patrice Bergeron, who's going to go back.
Bring Phil back to Chicago.
Phil to Chicago would be awesome.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I fucking want it. Or go back to Toronto.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I don't know that Phil would want to do that. Just hope it all ended there.
Yeah, well. How is... okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Louis Eriksson, but I believe he's going overseas to play, but he's a free agent. Anton Strawman, Danny DeKaiser, Calvin DeHaan.
Good old shoulders and hips.
Nazem Kadri.
That's what I was saying. If somebody don't sign this man,
they will.
But who?
Well, that's the question. I want to know. I have come to terms with the fact it's not going to be Colorado.
Yeah. Why though? Why don't they want to keep him?
Well, they signed Valerie Nichushkin to this big fucking contract extension. And I don't know if it's more that they don't want to keep him rather than they had other priorities that didn't work out. But I also haven't come to terms with the fact that now I have a soft spot for the Avalanche.
Yeah. Yeah, you used to hate them.
I did.
I did used to hate them.
But now I just got a new Kadri jersey with the Stanley Cup patch on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking love Naz.
Yeah,
and
he's the best.
I don't know, following them for the playoffs, it was a lot of fun. They beat St. Louis. They injured Jordan Bennington. I mean, Jesus fuck. What more could you ask for? They swept Edmonton and Mike Smith. Like, they beat Tampa. Like, Jesus fuck. Good God. It's kind of funny because they've become like my playoff team. Yeah. Because like last year I was rooting for them to do well too. And then this year I put on the jersey for the second round.
And everybody was like, no!
Don't do it! No! You're going to curse them. I was like, fuck y'all. Still doing it.
Let's see how it goes.
And look how that went. So, it was like ever since I put the Kadri jersey up on my wall, the Toronto one, it was just like everything clicked into place and they just sailed to the finish, won the cup. So,
hell yeah.
It's the magic of Naz. John Klingberg, still a free agent. Victor Rask, Paul Stastny, Brett Connolly, after being bought out by the Chicago Blackhawks. Jay Beagle, Antoine Roussel, Thomas Hickey, Cody Eakin, Rocco Grimaldi, Braden Holtby, which we said that he's not likely to play this season. Ryan Murray, Tyler Pitlick, Zach Aston Reese, Sonny Milano wasn't qualified by the Anaheim Ducks.
Why?
I don't know. I wonder.
I found this on the web.
Stop it!
No, I didn't ask you.
You stop it!
I didn't ask you.
Stop it!
Hey, why do you care about Sonny Milano all of a sudden? But I wonder how Zegers feels about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like they had some fun this year.
Yeah, they did. Huh.
That was a weird one. Kyle Turris, Tyler Mott is a free agent.
Saucy.
Tyler Bozak is a free agent.
Really?
Jack Johnson. Zdeno Chara.
Wow. I
think it said he's waiting till September to see what he wants to do, if he wants to come back and retire.
Yep.
Andrei Svechnikov's brother, Evgeny Svechnikov, is a free agent.
Interesting.
JF Berube.
Good old
Berube.
Good old Berube.
James Neal, Curtis Gabriel, who was big for the Ice Hogs in the playoffs, really, especially in the first round, and uses Pride tape for every game on his stick. Alex Galchenyuk, still a free agent. Garrett Sparks is a free agent. Tyler Sekura, T. Sicky,
bring
free
him
agent.
back.
Brian Boyle, Derek Barabo, which is the one that I was really confused about, interested in when I was looking through them. But goaltender, he played for the Iowa Wild, and he's a solid AHL goaltender. So I was kind of surprised seeing that they hadn't qualified him or somebody hasn't signed him yet.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if any team GMs are out there listening and you need a cheap goaltender that'll get you some wins, Derek Barabo.
There you go.
Daniel Sprong, Evan Rodriguez, Tyler Ennis, Jenice Chalowski, Sam Steele, Andre Altabarmakian. We didn't qualify him.
Why?
I don't know. Jimmy Vesey, Kyle Rao, who also played for the Iowa Wild and interestingly wasn't qualified as well. That's another good pickup. Joe Thornton, he doesn't know if he's retiring yet or not.
That makes sense.
I don't know if Andy Green is retiring yet or not, but he is also a free agent. There's a boatload of fucking RFAs that still haven't been re-signed. There's 56 of them. So I don't know what teams are doing and why they just aren't signing their RFAs and why it takes fucking forever for them to do this every season.
Every single season.
But there's been some other off-season news. A lot of this just dropped recently. But I'll go from the bottom up because I was scrolling through my likes. So Joe Sakic was promoted to president of hockey ops in Colorado, and Chris McFarland was promoted to GM. Mm-hmm. He's been their assistant GM since 2015.
Damn.
I know. I was like, oh, how long has he been with Colorado? Since 2015? Holy shit!
That was 7 years. That's 7 years.
Already mentioned Scotty Bowman not being with Chicago. Mm-hmm. The Calgary Flames, their AHL affiliate, and WHL's Calgary Hitmen are all playing in the same arena next year. So that's going to be very interesting for
How the fuck?
Don't know.
What?
Don't know.
3 teams?
3 teams.
In the same arena?
Same arena. That sounds like a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
The Ice Hogs won the AHL's Western Conference Season Ticket Sales Growth Award.
Hey, you're welcome.
I know, right? Ian Scott.
That's my brother's name.
When I saw you tweet that, like, it came up as a notification on my phone. It's like, my brother is retiring. I was like, huh? I was going through the names in my head. I was like, it's not Garrett Sparks. Because the name's spelled differently. Eddie. And I didn't even think of Ian because Ian Scott.
Ian Scott. That's my brother's name.
But 23-year-old goaltender, prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was picked in the 4th round in 2017. He spent parts of the last 3 seasons with the Marlies and in the ECHL, but he's only played 7 games
due to
in
injuries.
That time. Yeah, so he had to retire due to injuries, and it really sucks because
he's only 23.
In his junior career, in the 2018-19 season, he won the CHL Goaltender of the Year, the WHL Goaltender of the Year, the WHL Playoffs MVP. He was a championship winner in the WHL, and he was named to the first All-Star team in the WHL.
God damn.
Yeah, so
that sucks for him.
It's rough. John Madden has been hired as an assistant coach for the Coyotes. He is a 3-time Stanley Cup champ. He won with the Blackhawks in 2010. He was assistant coach for the San Jose Sharks from 2020 to 2022. Prior to that, he was with the Cleveland Monsters as their head coach from 2016 to 2019, and then spent some time with the Florida Panthers from 2013 to 16 as an assistant coach. The LA Kings are retiring Dustin Brown's number on my birthday next year. And they're also unveiling a statue of him. Like, I kind of understand the number. He was the captain for 2 cups.
Yeah.
But a statue?
I hope they do the one with the water bottle squirting the wrong way.
Oh, yes. That would be amazing.
Just imagine.
Fantastic. News that dropped today, Adidas isn't returning as the jersey and apparel supplier for the NHL when their contract expires after the 23-24 season.
So who's going to pick it up? Like Nike?
I don't know.
Under Armour? Who else is out there?
Is Reebok still
Reebok?
a thing? Or did somebody suck them up?
I don't know.
They did do the jerseys before Adidas.
Yeah. I hated when we went to Adidas from Reebok.
The stupid collars.
The collar just threw me off forever.
Thankfully, they made it better, but they still flare out at the bottom.
It's
they look
fucking
like dresses.
Weird. Yeah.
Other than that, they're comfortable, but I don't know. I'm very curious to see who's going to get it. Mm-hmm. The San Jose Sharks are retiring Patrick Marleau's number.
Oh.
That makes more sense. Mm-hmm. February 25th next year, prior to the game against the Blackhawks. So that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And then head coach of the Chicago Wolves, Ryan Warsofsky, is leaving for an assistant coaching gig with the San Jose Sharks.
Good for him.
That's rough for Chicago.
I love it.
It's going to be very interesting. I can't even say that I love it, though, because I was excited going into this season. Mm-hmm. Because last year, as the two-headed monster, but most of their leading scorers were Admirals players or Nashville prospects. So I was like, the Wolves are going to fucking suck this year. Because they all left to go back to Milwaukee, and then they win the fucking Calder Cup.
Of course they do, because that's how they play. They play to win the Calder. They don't play to develop your people. They just want to win the Calder, and they fucking do.
And they did. So I'm not even going to get excited about the coach leaving because they'll hire the next coach phenom. So I can't even get excited. But man, that puts a fucking bow on the 21-22 season and the news of the offseason up until now.
Intense.
A lot has fucking happened.
A lot.
Like 2.5 hours of hockey stuff since we spent most of the first hour talking about other stuff. But man.
Yeah.
I forgot a lot of what happened.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know, I'm excited for this upcoming season in a weird way.
Me too.
Like, I want to see how bad the Blackhawks are.
How bad is the tank?
How bad is it? Like, we want it to be bad, so that's
of course. Good. Yeah, but like,
still
gonna hurt.
How bad? Are they gonna be like
hurt?
Like, historically bad Colorado Avalanche, 48 points.
No, please, God, I can't take it.
I mean, maybe we get our Cale Makar then? Or are they going to be like Buffalo that just fucks everything up and never gets any better? Or are they going to be like the Edmonton Oilers who get this phenom player, but then
do nothing with him?
Do nothing else. And then run Mike fucking Smith in net. Or are they going to be like the Toronto Maple Leafs who get an Austin Matthews and then they make it to the fucking playoffs? Like, they don't have the curse that the Leafs do, but they'll be like one of the best teams in the league after they build up from the rebuild.
Right.
There's so many different ways this could go.
It really could.
It's a great time for people to jump on and start paying attention to the team, especially the Ice Hawks.
Always.
Yeah. Watch the prospects and really see this thing starting from the bottom up.
Please. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get back to the BMO. I miss my boys. They're not my boys anymore. I'll have new boys. It's fine.
Some of the same boys.
Some of the same boys. But I miss the Ice Hogs. I miss being in my seat. I miss going to games. I miss hockey.
I was kind of sad wiggle whopping about myself. I did it.
Yeah. I did it. When did I do it? I did it up north.
Were you whopping in spirit?
I was.
I'm glad this last season is over.
Oh, fuck yeah. It was just eternal and it never stopped and there was always something more.
Always something fucking happening. We can lay to rest all the bullshit with the Blackhawks, and that doesn't mean ignoring it, but like that season is over. Yeah. That's a chapter that we have closed. It's a story that needs to keep going, but it's not just constantly hitting us in the fucking face.
Like Hockey Canada?
Yep. So I was on Beth and Zach's podcast the other day, and we were talking about it. They brought it up, and I was like, with where I got to mentally last offseason.
Yeah, covering the Hawks and everything.
Like, I need to stay aware of what's going on with Hockey Canada.
Absolutely.
And, like, know what's happening, but I can't dive into it. I can't. Because of how bad it got last year, I can't be in that place again.
I don't know if it had anything to do with my LTIR or anything, but I mean, I'm keeping up with it on Twitter. I'm trying to read as much as I can, but I don't know if I can talk about it on the podcast.
I haven't read many of the articles.
There are many.
I've read what Rick Westhead tweets, and fucking God bless him, still doing the Lord's work. God bless
him.
Go follow him if you're not. And Katie Strang, they're
both just
doing
fucking amazing and bringing to light things that never would have ever seen the light of day.
Exactly. And it's fantastic that all of these stories are coming out, and they need to keep coming out. Absolutely. Because the more that they do, the less that these things will happen in the future, because people will know they're being held accountable for fucking once. And so all of these things coming forward, it's great, and Hockey Canada is really going to need to gut their organization
completely
and start over.
Empty that shit.
It's not like Hockey Canada is going to go away.
No.
So all we can hope for is that they actually do get better, something that I truly think the Blackhawks are working on doing, which is good. Not saying that they are doing it perfectly or going to do it perfectly, or I'm letting them off the hook. It's still something we need to hold them accountable for, but it's something that Hockey Canada needs to start on now, and they need to start cleaning house, because it's truly disgusting. But I can't go deep into it like we did with the Blackhawks, because
please look into it yourself. Please read about it. Please just be aware. Be aware.
I
wish that I could lay it all out for you, but I just mentally I can't do it. There's some of the what are they called? I don't know, the ones that are like 90 pages, whatever. I can't read some of them.
The reports?
Yeah. I can't read some of them. It's just too much, and I wish, like I said, that I could be that person to relay the information and spread it and get everybody to know what's going on. But I personally, mentally cannot do that this time. We did it with the Hawks, and it was just a lot, and it got to be too much. And it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just that I can't. And we can't.
No, I was going to say we're aware of it. We fully believe that Hockey Canada needs to be held accountable. Everybody who's involved.
Survivors.
Exactly.
Every single one of them. It's fucking disgusting. Everybody needs to be held accountable. It's just disturbing. It's beyond any form of normal. It's disgusting. That's all I have to say.
It's disgusting. They need to be held accountable. Hockey culture needs to change. It's happening. It's happening slowly. It needs to happen faster. Everybody who's been involved in these things needs to be out of the hockey world.
100%.
Out of Hockey Canada, out of the NHL, out of the AHL, out of whatever they are in professional hockey. And we're aware of it. We
don't want to be that podcast that's like just talking about hockey and like only the good things or not necessarily good, but just like hockey news.
Yeah. And I think anybody who's been around will know that, but if you're new,
we're not avoiding it just because
mentally for us
we just can't do it.
Can't.
Please.
Last year was very dark.
Please educate yourself. Like she said, follow Rick Westhead. Like, he's a fucking angel.
And Katie Strang,
all of them. They're doing God's work.
Yeah.
Like, please be aware. Please educate yourself. Please read up on it. I wish, again, I could do that for you, but
we have to take care of ourselves too, unfortunately.
Yes.
And this is one of those things. We just can't dive deep into it again. But yeah, we're not just glossing over it.
No, definitely not. We're not just like...
It's like, da-da-da, nothing's happening.
Yeah, no, it's definitely happening, and it's happening way too fucking much. And it never should have happened in the first place.
Absolutely.
And everyone just needs to be gone.
Yep.
It's too much. Yep. It's too much.
Things are changing. They're not changing fast enough. All we can do is be voices for change going forward and encourage people to seek out help if they need it and come forward if you want to and feel strong enough to do so and have a support system to do so. And if you don't, says nothing bad about you. Just
Absolutely.
I hope that everybody gets the help that they need and deserve, and anybody who does any of these horrible things to anybody else needs to be out of their jobs, out of the spotlight, and really
In
needs
jail.
to be helped. Yes. Needs to be held accountable, preferably with jail time. So that's how we feel about Hockey Canada.
Yeah. I'm sorry we can't dive deeper and explain it all. I really wish we could, but mentally we're just not in that spot, and that's not just something we're saying just to avoid it. We really mentally we cannot do it.
Yeah.
So
I'll put some links to Rick and Katie's work in the show notes for you so y'all can look into it if you are able to. And if you're not, just be aware of what's happening.
Yeah, but you don't
need to read anything.
If you're not in the right headspace, don't do it. Just don't. I mean, it's that simple. It can put you in a very dark place.
Yep.
And
just being aware of it and being a voice for positive change is enough. If that's all you can do, that is enough.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where we'll leave this episode.
Yeah, I think
on that note.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yeah. So this has been From Center Ice, episode 2 of season 4. Season 4. A lot happened last year. We wrapped that shit up. It is time to throw that in the dumpster, set it on fire, move forward with hope and positivity.
Yes.
Go to From Center Ice. Yeah.
That's us. The positive.
Right here. Go to FromCenterIce.com for links to all the places you can find us. Leave ratings and reviews on all the places. We have a merch store now. All of those links will be in the description, as well as links to some of Rick and Katie's work. And we will catch y'all in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. We greatly appreciate each and every
all of you.
one of you. We will catch you all next time. Bye, guys.
Hey.